This particular morning would come across as at least some sort of softer, albeit eerie, quieter awakening. For whatever reason you may have had, waiting on either Friarde's orders, one of your companions, companions,
Convenience.
doings, as well as any goings on in the war lab and the community that is now built around it. Nothing has happened as of late. A month has passed
Jesus.
since that. Although you have been kept under the orders of Friade in order to at least play as the security here, due to finally and apparently getting some contracted work coming his way in for his need of actually producing some combat-oriented Warforged. As such, your apparent first task is to actually escort the Warforged to this place. It's a rather forced march. However, you will be duly compensated, as you always have been with Friarde's either his items, and this time he says there's actually monetary value involved now, since he's actually getting paid. He actually has gold to spend. But before this happens, you're given them. There is a bit of a month for you guys to do things. Is there anything any of you wish to do in this month that you are given with relatively not too much free reign? You're not for the sake of actually being on the land itself, just excuse me, to respond to any sort of dangers and hurried requests. As Friarde said, you don't really leave the War Lab during this month. But around the War Lab, is there anything you guys wish to do, wish to say to people, etc.? Start with Finn. Anything?
Well, seeing as how everyone's kind of already gone to Friarde to make things for themselves, I want to try and get him to make something for me too.
Indeed. Has he already done this for you, or no?
No, this is my first time actually asking for something.
Okay.
I wanted to make a headband of intellect, but for wisdom, basically.
Ooh. He says, such enchantments are rare. However, although this is the sort of enchantment that's precisely within his purview to be able to do, it'll take him a while, considerably a while. But he says, if you give me a month, I can do it. And yeah, request fulfilled. Although definitely takes the better part of like 20-something days.
That's all I really wanted from him. Other than that, I just go around.
Yeah, this item already exists in the world, but this one is one of the very, very rare ones. It is called normally it's a headband. Normally it's a pendant, but this one for you would be a headband. So,
I'll take a pendant instead. Shit.
Yeah. Sure. You now have a pendant of the ages. It sets your wisdom to 19. Requires attunement. Rarity is rare. Wondrous item.
Rarity is rare. This is a tough decision. Do I go from 18 AC to 17 AC by dropping a cloak?
You already full up on achievement slots, damn.
Well, yeah, I have the Pearl of Power, the Cloak of Protection, and the boots.
I see. The pop. POP?
Thinking. How helped? I'm actually weighing my decisions about my cloak of protection. No, I'll drop the pearl power to have it.
Sure. There you go.
I'll just leave
Anything
the pearl
else?
power back with him.
Okay. Anything else?
Other than that, I just go around the war lab where people are kind of stationed, the workers and the refugees that are still there. Just get to know them and try and like set up what they're good at, basically.
Cool. Not many of the refugees actually stay. Most of them eventually divert towards Alum Quarry. A few that have talked to Friardi and found themselves a job to do, as well as talk to you to get themselves well suited to the to climatize themselves around this area. Have done so. It seems a bit of the Farshade City craftsmen have expressed their interest to actually stick around here and work. So, as such, you have gained quite a few of the some jewelers that seem to be interested in just at least like some of the appraising jobs, since there is a quarrying operation happening here, as well as some leather workers, due to some proper staged hunts now are in operation in this area due to the amount of people that reside. You get to talk to them, and these are talented folk. It seems those that did stay can pull their own weight. Indeed, they don't really have any trouble fitting in. It's a good thing. You, Finn, get a letter. It seems. Courier has apparently made its way here, in accordance to apparently having no Farshade City. So as this was the nearest place and now officially marked on the provenance maps as some sort of community, the letters found its way here, and the courier was thankful that indeed a Finn Gale was to be found and is to be addressed here. It's from Jane, actually. She wrote to you.
That's why I said,
and,
oh shit, it's my sister. I forgot to fucking write her a letter.
Yeah. It's your sister's daughter. So,
Still,
yeah.
they think I'm dead.
Jane says on the letter, hey Uncle Finn, Mother is fine, but Mother is worried. It seems it doesn't need to start with, hey, you missed out on sending her a letter after Farshade City was exploded. Are you dead? If you are dead, this letter is kind of meaningless, but I'm gonna keep writing anyway. And she talks about developments. They Jennifer, her mother, is actually looking to, a bit spooked by the Farshade City bombing. She is looking to move after having given an opportunity to expand or move her business to the Empire. She and yeah. My mother wants to hear your thoughts on this, and so do I. Again, if you're dead, don't worry about it. XO, Jane. Do you send a letter back, or do you just, you're dead?
Oh fuck! I am not dead. I'll tell. I'm going to write a letter. Jesus Christ! It literally just slipped his mind that, oh wait, they think I'm dead after Farshade went boom.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'll compose a letter. I'll tell them I'm not dead,
Yeah.
and I'll say that as much as it is a bit of a spook that Farshade is gone, isn't it better to just stay where family is? You already have a lucrative business, and there's already generations for them to be here. Whether it's to expand or not, it's up to you, but I'd rather just stay to this family's region. They have earned our name and our trust.
Cool. Okay. You'll probably get another reply in 2 weeks.
Yep.
But I got you. I'll remember this. Don't worry.
I'll remember
And
this.
as you give it to the weekly cycle of the courier that passes through the war lab now, as they have like recently learned, just perhaps not Farshade City no more. Whilst there are news of Farshade City being, you know,
Rebuilt.
no, not rebuilt actually. Well, there's news of it being destroyed, being spread around the cities. There's no urgency to it, and it's a bit concerning, especially to you, Dasar. You've lived long enough here, at least, to have witnessed, at the very least, even when, especially when Lormaine or Bliss Harbor are actually on the verge of being invaded by frost giants. There's like a massive freaking like coal evacuations, all these sort of sets, announcement of calming down by the Hydra. Nothing from nothing to alleviate Farshade City. It's a bit weird. Like the entire month goes by and there's no like addressing of Farshade City from any of the sovereigns. Normally, if not any of the 3 most important ones, if not the Stars, Research, or War, the Sovereign of Commerce would say something. But even they don't. They haven't said anything about this. You also get a letter, Dasar. It is from Thanatos Institute of Learning. This is where you have done your education, and you are about to finish it. However, it's more or less the same thing. The researcher there, you don't know them. They seem to be some sort of like new professor. It seems to be writing to you.
Okay.
This one introduces themselves as Professor Lila. Lila, as they introduce themselves to you, is apparently the new professor in your department of magical research. Magical research and improvements of. And it starts off as introducing herself, and then it goes to, again, just like the Jane letter, if you are dead, don't worry about it.
Oh, great. Great. Yep.
It is, we are formally looking for a reply to confirm your whereabouts, as well as whether or not you are alive. If this letter finds someone that is not, and there's like your name printed on them, but that one doesn't look written like the rest.
Oh,
It looks like just stamped on.
Like stamped, yeah, just part of the record.
Yep.
Of course.
Then please please return the letter to the nearest prominence warring outpost. And then it then ends on due to your last reports, as well as last declarations of where you are traveling. If you are affected by this disaster, and it is included in your letter, of confirming whether you are alive, your research period will then be hereby either terminated or extended upon your request.
Hmm.
Yours sincerely, Professor Lila.
Dassler goes ahead and pulls out his letter-specific notebook that he can just write the paper out, and writes down, "Well-being confirmed, all alive and well. Currently residing in location named the War Lab, south of Nova Era, east of Farshade City, north of Alum Quarry. Currently under the supervision and employment, with air quotation marks, of Professor... I don't remember his full name, shit.
Friarde Arde.
Friarde Arde, lead researcher
God, that name.
of... Friarde Arde, the lead researcher of the War Lab. And currently under his study and guidance to work alongside his research on advancing the defensive capabilities of Prominence."
Okay.
And then he'd start to catalog, and I'm almost in a data point style, just catalog his journey, starting with for additional data points, and then he start calling, and then starts going down the list of his journey, all home, and it's I guess you could say secrets.
Yep.
The specimens, the specimen that he found at the Gutmush Mountain Range, the recent outbreak of intelligent trolls, and their uses of weapons and so on. The apparent what's the word? Emergency, you could say, of just the lack of morale recently. It may just be him, may just be the city that he's been in, and
It was Holholm. Yeah, you're right.
it's just all hung.
Yeah.
And he'd also write down at the very last note of that is still putting my my own scripture at top priority as much as I can. How is Professor Friend? Father Friend, sorry. How is Father Friend?
Okay.
Sincerely, Dassar,
Okay,
Cleric
so-
of Ardeen.
Nice. No particular answer to either terminating or what do you call it? Prolonging the current research.
Or for that, he'll just put a PS, and he just goes, found interesting notes of arcane capabilities within the War Lab. We'll continue the research.
Nice. Okay, good to know. They'll also just get to you in 2 weeks. So,
Just the same time, Finn and Dash kind of goes to the mailbox at the same time. Just like, oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh, hey.
right. Get your mail too.
Yeah, Faraday is looking to get your PO box numbers changed. Actually, he doesn't like 6969 at the moment.
69420 6.
But yes. Although if there was some sort of urgency to it, that's how you would know you'd get some sort of sending. So maybe you'll get something in a week's time. Who knows? Keep your ears peeled, your eyes open, as well as just generally you two are more or less put to work right away around Friarde's lab. Yeah.
Can I ask Friarde for the item that I actually requested of him, if it's possible?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Which was?
It was the what was the arcane power stone that we had again? Was it like the Star Stone or something? I can't remember what it's called. What
Arcane
was it?
Power Stone.
Are you asking me because I don't know what the hell you're doing in your adventure?
It was one of the ones that we found either in here or the ones we found at the quarry at the what it's called. Do you remember what it's called? Lady Rabbit? I can't remember what it's called. I have it. Hold on.
She didn't go with you guys. She was with us
That
at
was
the island.
It was a while, huh? It was basically that like supercharged stone that could like power arcane mechanics, and I asked him if he could maybe design a sort of shield revolving around that. A shield that I'm pulling inspiration from Enshrouded, if you remember, Clyde, where you can have
Yeah,
that shield that kind of like
that
opens
shield.
up and have like basically just force field, and that doesn't require me to pull it out or anything. That doesn't take my one of my hands basically. If that's possible. Like
So
the
he wants an
spell.
animated shield.
Yes, I want animated shield without it being a spell, basically, if that's possible.
Not a
It may
problem.
take a lot of time, but yeah.
That would also take quite a bit of time. However, he'll give you a secondary option. Whilst it would be good for you to free up your hands, you could actually use this sort of stone to just imbue not necessarily an existing shield, but perhaps put upon a gauntlet or a glove of some sort, embedded into a structure within your arm, and you can just call upon the shield like that. You can call although that would not free up a hand, that would extend the capabilities, the defensive capabilities the shield is able to provide. So he's proposing counter proposal, instead of an animated shield, which he can make for you. He can make for you an arcane charge buckler, and what this is essentially,
Oh my god.
depending on the spell level you put into the buckler, is how much AC you will get.
Oh, okay. That's kind of good.
It is an arcane stone that was I remember this. It was very good at channeling spells through. So why not make it very simple and very effective for you? Although of course, it doesn't free up a hand. You'll still have to use it like a buckler.
But it still gives me like an option of how much
Yeah,
AC I want.
using an action. It does use an action too. But
Oh no, no.
yeah, imagine putting in a 5th level spell slot in there and just +5 AC.
Would it?
It lasts for a minute.
Would it? Summoning the shield at an arcane level would it cancel out? If can I use it with my shield basically? Can I use it with an existing shield on my hand or no?
No.
Or do I have to not be using a shield? Okay.
You have to not be using a shield. Correct.
Okay.
So, yeah, this requires more fuel, but is technically a bit more powerful defensive-wise. However, the animated shield is just consistent defense.
It is. How long does it last?
The arcane buckler, when you impart upon it spell slot, it lasts for a minute, but there's no cooldown on it. If it dies down, you can just put in another 5th level spell slot again, and
But the buckler itself doesn't have any AC, I'm assuming? No, it doesn't.
It does not. Correct.
Okay.
So for this to be as effective as your animated shield, you'd have to start off the fight putting in a 4th level spell slot in it. But later on, in later levels, this is amazing.
Yeah, this is just an immediate buff for a minute. Yeah.
Yep. So
is it a
what
level?
You looking for? Early game or late game?
Is it a leveled spell by any means? Is it as in like it by itself? Does it follow the spell of Animate Shield, which I'm assuming is a 3rd level spell, right? Am I wrong?
No, Animated Shield isn't a spell, and putting spell slots into this doesn't count as a leveled spell. So you can bonus action Healing Word, for example, afterwards.
Okay. And
or bonus action
As-
spiritual weapon.
So per one, like for if I put a first level, it's a +1. I'm assuming, or is it?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. That was not bad. Okay.
So, yeah.
Das kind of pulls out a note, just like do a comparison sheet between having consistent AC that doesn't really go up anymore, or have one that needs to be activated and you need to remember of. And then he goes, "You know what? Yeah, considering the comparisons, I'll take that charged buckler. Actually, you think it's able to be improved in the future, or is it just a static thing?"
It's generally very hard to improve upon enchantments.
Right.
I don't mean to sound like a broken record. Actually, no, I've never had to tell this to you. Friarde's had this question asked to him like 9 times. can you improve upon this enchantment?
Right.
No,
Then that's gonna goes right.
And he's like,
I'm sorry.
and he just says, actually, no, you're fine. Yeah, to put it, well, actually, you would understand. Enchantments themselves, excuse me. Think of them as a completed formula, and what happens to a resulting equation should you put extra values and syntax onto an existing formula? The result changes.
Right,
Now-
and the formula itself becomes inconsistent.
Yeah, exactly. So, you don't want the resulting change isn't exactly what you'd expect when you have a fire sword and you wish to add more sharpness into it. It does not necessarily mean you will get a sharper fire sword. Maybe you will break the sword entirely.
That's right.
So the results themselves, while the formula is correct, the results usually wildly vary. I am not sure if it is the makings of the gods and the whoever it is that imparted upon us the arcane knowledges and, well, the enchantments. But as such, as a rule of thumb, if something is already enchanted or magical, it is generally very, very hard, not impossible, very, very hard to add upon enchantments. As for the arcane charge buckler, it is just outright a magical creation of mine, and it has more of a chance to be improved than the rest that I've had to explain.
That's true.
So yes, there is, maybe in the far future, maybe get something similar, perhaps.
Right. I believe, as you said, I believe, as they say, it scales with your power.
Indeed, the stronger the magician, the more they're able to fuel it, and the more they are protected. If you happen to find another arcane source in which you have found something a lot more powerful, then I can just deconstruct this one, and from that, make it into a new, improved item.
I'll make sure to look out for more of these arcane sources.
Yep. You would recall there is one possible, like, upgrade. That would that would involve having to take down a certain dragon, though. Embedded into itself an arcane stone of power as well.
And Jack immediately just grabs like his face, pinches the bridge of his nose, just. That is going to be a fairly interesting endeavor. No idea when I'll be going back there again. Honestly, I think I'm banished from it. I'll let you know. You know, I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. He's just talking to himself, checking his notes.
Oh, he just walks away.
But Arcasher, did he already make the shield, or is he in process of making?
1 month later, but bada bing, bada bang, you have the shield. So it is called the arcane buckler. It is very rare. One wondrous item. It does not require achievement. Keep that in mind.
Arcane. Josh Buckler. Does not require attunement, which, oh boy, okay.
Finn's like, another upgrade from me? Thanks.
Need to somehow make that shit
Yeah.
tied to me completely. Then
As all of this is happening, as all of these requests are happening, Aurora, you're also stuck in the war lab for the foreseeable future. Having to deal with the stuff that happened at Farshade City, as well as just feeling alongside quite a bit of people responsible just for the people's safety here that made themselves that made their homes here now in the war lab. Is there anything you want to do, or yeah, is there anything you want to do, Aurora? Boop, boop.
I'm looking at spells. God, there's so many spells I could swap out.
so I have 5th level
I'm
spell
just kind
stacks.
of over at the others, just like writing letters, and I'm just like, maybe I should do that too.
Cool. Who do you write a letter to?
Father Nicholas, just telling him about everything that happened, about finding Chester.
Chester. Right, sure. Not a problem. You also, unbeknownst to Dessar, right?
Yeah.
Not about, but right too. Father Nicholas friend.
That
Hey.
threw me for a loop for 2 days, by the way. That threw me
Yeah.
like.
With these unannounced and unintentional from the DM, but some weird connections here and there, in between the people that have the least sort of relations to one another.
Uh-huh.
It's no coincidence that your first task, all of you, seems to be to to deliver. Friade says this personally, and he says, "I brings you three together," and he says, "I trust the three of you as the most talented sort of adventurers that I can procure at this time, since the rest have been whisked off to do their abyssal adventure. Good luck to them." Truly. Your first task is to so the Warforged I have prepared in a carriage just outside are going to be pulled by a large carriage of 4 horses. You are to protect this carriage. Can any of you drive? Actually,
Can I?
can you?
I began training on land vehicle. I think this was back in Farshade. Actually, I don't know if I've gone around.
You can. It's serviceable. You can't do anything. You can't do anything if you go fucking off roading or you
Of course,
calm them
yeah,
down.
yeah.
But you can at
But,
least keep it on the road.
Yep. I just got my license like 3 days ago. It's fine. It's fine. It hasn't been.
I
I
have
haven't forgotten.
decent animal handling. That's about. I can
So
persuade the animals, but not really control them in their parts, I guess.
And I
I'll
believe
put
Dassar can.
I'll put novice next to land vehicle. Why not? I'll have proficient, but I'll put as a novice next to it. Fuck it. Just for
Yeah, sure.
just vehicles, yeah.
Yeah, and Dassar that can actually drive them, and Aurora that can actually turn into some. Well, this seems like the fitting team, as well as the fact that you are all very capable adventurers of your own rights, probably able to take down a small army yourselves. I have high expectations for you lot, and speaking of small armies, that is exactly what this carriage is delivering. So, that, yeah, he says it explains why it needs around 4 war horses to pull this carriage.
Oh, God.
It is a lot of steel and warforged in this like covered carriage. And
The amount of firepower.
and he says, now apparently the person I am sending to has already as I have personally talked to them in a midway point of his choosing, and to not divulge any further information, professionalism, he has divulged and has demonstrated he himself can control Warforged, and wanted only inactive ones in which he can either repair or activate, and was willing to pay a hefty sum, as well as have paid a hefty sum in advance, which half of it will go to you in preparation for this. Here you go. Gives the three of you 1,000 gold each.
Whew.
And he says, right? So this is a high-paying man. He calls also.
To think you were stuck in here for so long, and now you can just do this.
I wish Vance was here to just teleport all this, but I know the limitations of the spell, and I know he's actually busy with government matters. As we, I'm afraid you're going to have to manually do this, and I'm afraid I cannot assist you because I have to operate this. He just gestures all around. However, it should not pose a problem. The bandits of the freeways have, they can't take you on, I'm pretty sure. And if it's not bandits, I'm pretty doubly sure you can take care of it. The route is to... yes, I was getting to that. You have to take the route and take stops at either Salathis or the markets, but ultimately your destination is Thanatos.
Well,
you are apparently he is going to meet you at the gates, and he calls himself the Man, and the Man will know when you arrive at Thanatos. Apparently.
Stick it to him. Sorry.
Stick it to the Man, and you bring forth Chester to him to inspect it, and he just goes. He inspects it. Can't identify. That's odd. Why is it just called a +1 chest? Where did you get this, Aurora? Doesn't seem alive.
It was floating out in the ocean. It was open at first, but when I brought it onto the ship, it closed. It won't open again.
He looks at you in disbelief, blinks a few times.
Oh god. Miger.
Hang on. An open wooden chest was floating on the ocean.
Sorry.
Turns to the rest of you who know about it.
Out of character, I forgot about this. Where was
It's only
No,
me.
you
I
don't
wasn't
know.
here, right?
Only
Yeah,
Finn
no.
knows. Yeah. You don't know.
Dash just look over to the both of you and like, why do you know this? What is this?
He's grabbing the bridge of his brow. Honestly, I have no idea. Also,
You're telling me suffice to say, if you were to bring me this, I do not have them on hand. But if you were to bring me the spell components to the spell legend lore, I can find out more about this.
I was about to ask if you would want something along the way. Perfect. Legend lore, okay. Optional. And he's like writing down out loud. Optional.
incense
think
worth
materials
250
or
gold pieces
legend lore. I am still keeping tabs on that, just in case.
and 4 ivory strips worth at least 50 gold. Jesus.
Or
Right,
you can do it
sorry,
yourself.
can
I
you-
believe a cleric of your power is actually capable. So
Oh, that's true. But let me check my books, and I'll check the actual
You just-
spellbook that I have.
You
as
just
a
see
note.
Finn counting the money that's needed for that. One.
That is a
2,
5th level
3.
spell. Yes,
Yes,
It
it is
is.
a 5th level spell.
it is. I have a 5th level spell slot. I don't have any 5th level spell put in. I don't know why. Let me go check.
Hey,
Is
that's the
it-
point of cleric, though.
I
You
think
can
no.
have
I think that's
all
because
of
I'm
them.
level 10. I'm level 10, but I'm 8 cleric, so I don't know if that's gonna.
it doesn't matter. Clerics can just learn, like prepare for the day, or they have access to all the clerical spells.
But I just need the spell slot. You're right.
And you need to just prepare the spell for
Yep.
the day.
And at level
Just like
8,
that.
you
Well-
have access to 2/4.
Well, I was gonna say I'm at level 8 cleric. It doesn't say that I have 5th level.
He needs one more level in clerics to be able to get at least one.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah, I
level.
had one
You're not
more.
level 10 cleric. Yeah.
But I
He needs to
don't
be
know
level
why
9, not 10.
I have
Correct.
5th level because of why? I don't know why I have a 5th
You're a
level.
bard,
because
aren't
of
you?
Because of multiclass.
Multiclass,
Those are
that's
multiclassing
right.
rules. You don't have a
Mhm.
you cannot and don't have 5th level spells. You do have a 5th level spell slot.
That's right. Oh, good then.
Yep.
And then Desmond goes, I have the capabilities, just not the spell itself. Well, that's unfortunate.
Maybe on this journey you'll grow into it. Perhaps. Alright. Any questions about the job? It seems pretty cut and dry, but if there's anything else I can do to assist in any way and make it easier for you, if you wish to change the mounts and have any creatures of your own to latch onto it, be my guest. The mount and the carriage are now yours, as well as after the job is done, will be yours to do it as you see fit.
I need...
I was wondering if you have a disguise self on hand.
As in the hat that can change your look?
Yes.
Well, I do not mean to pry, but this is awfully suspicious. Are you wanted anywhere? By any chance?
Maybe the place we're going?
Okay.
You know, I was about to ask for the... Oh, no, go ahead, sorry. You first, my bad.
No, go ahead. I was just about to say, well, it's just an unnecessary complication, but the man, I believe, meets you by the gates, so...
Hey,
I
Clyde.
was...
I am sending you something that Daunt's found that you had mentioned about beforehand. You should look into. He sent me this to show you.
Oh, what's this? Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait.
Oh, I mean, I can talk about that after the session. Yeah, alright. Anyway, what were you about to say, Basic?
Well, I was about to ask to sort of deposit the golds that you've given us, the 1,000, but it seems like we need that to bring the materials you got. Out of character, do I know the best place to buy spell components?
Any city that's bigger than Farshade City, honestly. Which is
Transfers.
nearly all of them.
Yeah, okay.
Including the stops that he said, like the markets in
Understood.
Celestis.
Understood. Do I know... Okay. From my knowledge, do I know where they have the best discounts?
Make a history check.
Guidance myself on this?
Sure. 28. You would know that at least in the stops that you are going to, they would at least be available. As for discounts, the cheaper places would probably be Thanatos or Celestis.
Got you. Okay, so I'll checking, I guess.
Because I mean, they would be more abundant in the markets, but it is also
Of course. But the markets are the markets.
the markets are the markets. They are it's also illegal most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
It is widely known as the markets being mostly, if not wholly, Thieves Guild controlled.
That's right. Okay.
They just let it operate there because, and the government of Prominence lets it operate there because if they didn't, well, that's a bunch of their economy gone.
Gotcha.
So a bit of a known and necessary corruption.
What else was I gonna say? Out of character, does the no? Actually, I'm gonna ask Friarde himself. Does the activation of transferring a arcane spell slot into the buckler, does that require a vocal by any chance? Do I have to do a chanting?
Not quite. No, you just you feel. You
Understood.
If you've ever imparted upon power directly from something into something, which I
Mhm.
guess you don't normally do,
No.
then that
no,
is how
it's
you do it.
Understood.
Yeah.
Transference.
Out
more
of
so
character,
than-
you've actually done that already. If you were in the
It was the one where we had to pull somebody out from a string. I believe I can't remember.
yeah, that one. Yes.
Yeah, I remember that part. Yeah.
But
But
before the
in
war
the
lab.
goddamn?
the thing is, I remember that. No, I remember that. But Dassar was actually chanting prayers. So man, yeah. He's familiar with
Yeah.
transferring energy, absolutely. So yeah, good to know. So it doesn't require a vocal component. Gotcha. For
It
activating
doesn't. But you can do it your own
So
way. You
bad.
can actually just chant a prayer and channel it like that.
Sure.
As long as you transfer the energy.
I kind of wanted the option for stealth. I guess I wanted to activate it just by touching it or something without saying anything, so I don't throw away my position. But yeah, good to know. Can I retcon something just for a bit? Sorry, guys. Can I actually send a personal letter to Father Nicholas.
What in the
So,
goddamn?
Just retcon bit. Oh yeah, you heard me.
First it's Father
Uh,
Lucian, now it's Father Nicholas. Who's next?
Hey man, clerics, am I right?
Looking bat me up, cleric.
He'll write a more personal letter.
Mhm.
I'm alive, thankfully. Travels have been going very interesting. Learned a lot more than I thought I would. A lot of stuff going our way. Actually, can I retcon this retcon? It's not. I'm not gonna retcon this. I'm gonna write this letter. Sorry, hold on. I'm gonna write this letter after we know that we're going to Sanato. So
Yeah, no problem. That's still writing
Sorry.
the letter though. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
let me.
so
Yeah,
that's
no,
fine.
it's not a letter. It goes. Currently reside. Don't know if you've heard from the one Professor Lila over there, but I have been assigned and employed by one Friarde Arde in the War Lab. Currently working with him to do some more research, so I will learn a lot more. Trying to stay out of trouble best I can. Trying to stick to my promises, and I would love to hear from you wherever you are now. Hoping that you're still working at the school, of course, church. I'll see you soon. And sincerely, Dassar. And then at the bottom says, "P.S. By soon, I mean, how long's the trip? Like 2 weeks, give or take."
Yeah. No,
Uh,
not 2 weeks. I'd have to do some 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1,
Are we just
Two.
following this red line?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days.
8 days. Okay. And by soon, I mean about a week. Got a job to go to Thanatos, escort mission. I'll see you there. Maybe by the gates.
Yep.
And he'll send that.
Alrighty. So
Yes, as we're about to leave. That'll be fun. So let's see who's there faster, us or the mail.
I know, right? Just Korea's like just sprinting beside you guys.
We ride
What
alongside
in
him.
the goddamn?
But yeah. Alrighty. So, any sort of preparation you guys want to do for the journey? You are given your gold, so you can probably buy something along the way to help you out. But along the way, it doesn't really happen until Selethis. Although Friade said those are your stops. I mean, you're free to stop at Guri, Alam Quarry, anywhere, even Greencliff, anywhere that's within, you know. He didn't really. He also didn't actually say a time limit on this. Just had to deliver it there.
I go ahead and ask the other two, Leaf and Aurora, and goes, actually, out of character, what happened to the materials that I gathered for the? I want to say that I preserved them. I don't know if it's here. It's the materials for that I got from that oasis that we found in the mountains.
You could have had them preserved here. What were they specifically?
It was a rose and ivy for resistant to fire, hoping for a fire resistance potion, maybe. It was a nerd dandelion for healing potions, and nightshade, a hubao lily, bloodvine, some a belladonna for maybe herbal stuff.
Yep.
Of course, it's the belladonna.
Always is.
Always is. I'll write down what I wrote down.
Yeah.
One of them is
there's like a one of the lodgers here actually has set up like a small botanical garden in which that could be preserved.
Fantastic, yeah. Dassar would give them out. He'll go, excuse me, through my travels I found this. I was hoping that you could perhaps preserve some of these. Some of these are dangerous, of course, poison ivy and such, and blood ivy, be careful. Just hoping that you could preserve some of these, especially that nerd dandelion, actually. If it's for the people here. Huh.
Yeah, you approach this the man that actually co-leads some of like the hunting parties around here. Seems to be the one that is more in tune to nature and actually shows some druidic properties, although not nearly as strong as you've witnessed perhaps Aurora do. And he takes a look at it. He's in this like just yellow yellow leafed garb, but the rest would just be like normal traveler's clothes, and he just says, as you list down the flowers, he just takes a note of them. He just says, yes, I'm pretty sure I can manage all of this, but are you sure you want me to preserve the blood vines?
No. I was just wondering if it was of actually any other use. I'm not familiar myself with botanical stuff.
They're nothing but pests, and they usually. Well, you're lucky you came to me. I know a bit about the botany myself.
Right.
And blood vines they're not really, as far as we know, worldly pursuits. They're not really indigenous to any place. They're invasive, and they choke the life out of, well, other plants. And
understood.
They also choke the life out of the people that come close to them if they're big enough, hence blood vines. I guess it could be a waste to purge them. However, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with them?
That's true. Yeah, you're right. I was just curious. As well, a botanical expert, you said? Yourself, of course?
No, not an expert. I guess I've just lived maybe 20 decades now with and around plants, and I guess it feels weird to live closer to further away from the plants. So I took quite a bit of them with me. It shows like the small botanical garden.
Oh, that's nice. That's actually nice, keeping some home stuff with you. That's nice. Fantastic.
Indeed. I can keep these preserved for you.
Absolutely.
Any of them you want grown more?
Specifically, the nerd dandelions and perhaps the rose and ivy, specifically. If I'm
most
if I'm not
expensive
wrong,
ones. Got it.
Exactly, yes. Although some of them, if you're able to figure out any herbal uses for them, I'd say it might be worth saving just in case, morale and stuff.
Yeah, I'll mix you something up and get you some perfumes off of the spare gold generators.
That might actually sound nice. Although I do wonder, do you happen to have any notes of your botanical experiences?
Notes? No. Got a diary, got a ledgers.
Understood.
Tell you what, I'll just make a copy of it.
Absolutely,
Actually,
and he just jumps up a little bit. Absolutely, yes.
put in notes. I don't want to share too much of the diary, because
Of course, yeah.
looks
No.
side to side, then speaks like quieter. He says, "I
Lean in.
I talk to my plants, so."
Hey, trust me, buddy. As part of the Feywild, it's really normal. It's all right. Understand?
There's a sigh of relief, and he says, "Yeah, I'll give you the important pointers.
Absolutely.
I don't know how long it'll take me, but I think I've seen you around, and I'll approach you."
Currently, I'm heading off for 8 days and come back in another 8. So you got a lot of time. It's fine.
Oh, fuck
I'll
me
meet you
around,
back
and
here.
that's perfect. Alrighty.
I'll meet
Gotcha.
you back here. It's fine. What's your name, by the way? I'll reach your hand up. The name's Dasar. Nice to meet you.
Yes, the
Ah.
poison ivy hand.
I
Tirgan.
have gloves on, just making sure. I have leather
my-
gloves on.
My name is Tirgan. This is the form I take when I'm with people, but I guess you should know. And you watch as his form disappears from like the man with the yellow like garb and just normal traveling clothes to what looks to be the yellow garb stays on, but he is barely clothed, and he is just like a bigger version of himself, but a furbolg.
Ah.
He goes, makes it real easy for people to approach me, and for me to approach people if I'm a human. So I take that persona, but this is me, actual me.
Oh, it's fine. I myself don't judge, so you don't have to worry about me personally. Nice to meet you.
I don't mind. Actually, the people are great. It's just that I get so much questions about what I am and where I'm from if I'm a furbolg, so it makes it real easy if I'm human. Yeah,
I
nice
see.
to meet you. What's your name?
Das. You can just call me Das. It's fine.
Alrighty, cool. Just nods. Alright, I'm
just in
almost
case.
out of social battery, and this is awful, so I'm gonna walk away now.
yeah, that's all right as well.
He's so relatable. Like,
Alright, this is enough of me.
yeah, talks to plants. Talks to plants. He's literally said like he doesn't
Oh,
go out
God.
much. Like,
I
yeah,
love
he's.
it.
This is why he's just the co-lead of the hunting party.
Fuck, I
He
love
can-
it. I love
He
it.
can lead a hunting party, and then that's it. He's done for the day.
I wrote down his name, but just for spelling check. Just spelling check. I want to see if I got it right.
Tirvan.
Oh fuck! No, I got it so
Is
wrong.
right
I wrote Tirrgan. I don't know why I heard G instead of G.
Tirgan. Holy
Jayan.
Tirgan. Yeah. I heard Tirgan for some reason. I don't know. Tirgan sounds like a
Tirgan.
really cool. Tirgan sounds like a really cool Super Sentai robot. Absolutely. Sorry, Tirvan.
Shine, Tirgan. Alright.
Tirgan. Sorry.
Anything
I
else?
actually kind of go to Finn for a little bit, and he like reminds of blood vines, and then he kind of goes to Finn. not me. That's kind of goes.
Excuse me?
I'm not.
Finn is not indigenous. He's a pest.
Not being too. I'm not trying to be stereotypical or anything. I'm just purely curiosity, actually. Blood vines in general. Well, they suck in blood, of course. They're they're carnivores, right? But they
Where's this
contain
going?
blood. They contain blood most of the time. I'm curious. They contain blood most of the time. I'm curious that if you could, consume a blood vine instead of consuming a living being. I wonder if the blood inside a blood vine is maintained and still warm to the touch or still active per se.
Well, if you wish to know, if I were to try and consume blood of any other that isn't considered a humanoid, I would immediately regurgitate it up and proceed to start hacking up my life force.
Yeah,
Well-
when you listen to him, Finn, the thought of anything from a bloodvine would be disgusting, even if it just purely fed off humans.
Mm-hmm.
Mixed blood, even if it's just if it's humanoid blood, that's just disgusting.
Mhm. So no,
That's-
whatever you're thinking, no.
It's like akin to like hearing about the curry, and the curry you're being served is actually from 6 different curry spices.
Oh god!
Mm,
Different medleys that don't mesh well just converge into
it's-
one.
Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting. Like the thought of it.
you get ketchup from different fast food restaurants.
Oh,
You
gross.
get the In-N-Out
Yep.
ketchup, the McDonald's ketchup, the
Yeah,
Burger
yeah,
Hut
exactly.
ketchup, Burger King, Jack in the Box.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, now that I see it, okay.
Well-
I was sorry, I was just a little bit curious and I thought it would work. My bad.
Yeah, at least someone's a bit curious about that, but I'll be fine.
Hey, it can
Well-
work. Just as long as it's just a singular person, the bloodvine's just feeding off of them.
If I
Blood-
transmute the bloodline
Yeah,
into a
if,
human.
yeah, if you
would it
somehow
work?
get an immortal blood bag.
Wait.
So,
wait,
werewolf?
a jug of infinite liquid, and it's
Werewolf's
just
not
blood.
immortal. Oh god, there you go. You're thinking. But yeah. Anyway, your horses are waiting. What do you guys? Anything else you want to do?
Yes, I do. I have 80 pounds of direwolf hide I want to drop off here.
Yep. Faraday has no use. However, the people would.
That's
have
what I was
use
more
for
or less
it.
going to. The people.
Yep. Not a problem. I guess just to make his life just to give him a bad day, I'd say the lead hunt is out for the day, so it's just Tirvan going, yeah, I'll pick these up. And he's like, oh, I have to talk to more people again. As this
Is he in his furbolg form?
he's not, but he looks ever so sad as he has to distribute these and talk to people again. Yeah, so he'll make good use of it. Oh man, another day in work. Okay. He's Eeyore. But yep. Anything else?
That should be it.
That should be it. Alrighty. Without further ado, it's a smaller region, therefore it's not a carriage takes you 1 square. A carriage takes you 2 squares here. Hooray! And as it does so, skip by Alam Quarry. You guys would know of Alam Quarry as a small town, so it's not necessarily, you can't really buy anything else unless it's general supplies, but it's better than nothing. It's actually also better than the War Lab. You can't even buy general supplies in the War Lab. Just literally started out as a small community. Anything else? Anything you want to buy here? Should you make a stop or continue on?
Let me think, actually. Do we have enough food for the horses? Or is like just the midnight grazing for them gonna be good enough? They're war horses, they exude more energy.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
It's just more or less, do the war horses eat more than an average draft horse?
They do, but the lands of prominence are plentiful. As long as you're on the road, plains aren't too far out for them to graze and rest. So basically, when you have your long rests, they essentially have their feed and their eat and have their fill. And then they'll sleep alongside you guys and stuff. Yeah, you would, since you're proficient with animal handling, you would know too. Take the war horses and not too far away to have them graze and eat. Not too far away from the cots. Because if
I
you
hate to
had
say
them
this.
lashed,
Wrong
Yeah,
character.
sorry? Ah,
That's Varian.
yeah, okay, so you don't, You don't know about this. Never mind.
That's the soldier. This is the noble.
Death, however, oh, he would know to do this. And he would, excuse me, he would be the one to lead them to the places and just have them feed. Essentially, also, it does create like small amounts of complications, but nothing, nothing too harrowing unless you guys roll low. You can buy feed for them, so you can keep them attached to the cart. However, it's less freedom for them as well, but more security. So it's up to you.
Yeah, we don't really have to worry about food for us, since we have.
Before we left, I wanted to see if he couldn't make me some armor.
Oh yeah, she doesn't have armor.
Sadly, Friarde can't make you armor. He specializes in magical and metallic armor. And druids cannot wear metal.
Damn it.
What
Yeah.
is your dexterity score? How dexterous are you, Aurora, if you don't mind me asking?
It's an 11.
Oh.
Out of a 20, 11, or... yeah, 11.
I don't think major armor can help.
Could I like get the buckskin spell? Maybe like on a ring or something?
Now that he can do, sure. Let me look at Boxkin real quick. That one's relatively easy for him to do, actually. Boxkin, not Path of Exile. Yeah, yeah, he'll give you and make you a ring of barkskin. It's a uncommon item, wondrous. Doesn't require attunement. However, the creature can cast barkskin once per long rest. Casting it through the ring still requires concentration, though. Just so you know. But it's there.
Quick question, did I get that disguise self hat? Or
You'd also, yeah, that one's a pretty common. Yeah, you'd get a hat of disguise. You can look up what that does.
okay.
Hey, at least it's not Baktu sized.
What would it take for it to not require concentration?
It would take him quite a bit more time. That'd be very, very much like a very strong magic spell and item to take off concentration on any spell. He'd essentially he'd have to have something that is similar to the spell. That is like of a very magical nature. So maybe something like, I don't know, the bark of a world tree, for example. If he had like materials like that, sure, he could do it.
Okay, I'll just have to keep an eye out for that.
Yep. Bark of a world tree. It's actually a fairly common exotic item. Commonly known, not common, but yeah. It is called Drasil bark. So just keep an eye out for Drasil bark anywhere.
Okay. I'll just take that ring for now then.
Okie dokie. Hat and ring in hand. Alrighty. Is Das back? Das back.
Oh wait, could I quickly get a shield also?
A shield?
Well-
A normal shield? You can get a normal shield, however, it has to be wood. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
But yeah, you can get a normal shield, wooden shield. Let's see, can druids use shields? Let's see, equipment. Proficiencies. Yep, okay, cool, you can. As long as it's not made of metal. Which you can get a wooden shield fashioned for yourself. So you can get a normal wooden shield.
Okay.
It's yeah. It's just normal shield in terms of D&D, so 2 AC. Alrighty. Since Basic isn't here for the first leg of the journey past Alum Quarry, quite safe of a journey, and then following that, on the second day, do you guys turn towards Guri or keep going the path?
Do we need to really worry about supplies?
It's not that. It's do you want to spend your money somewhere? And do you want to chance it at any of these, or are curious? Because while a lot of these places will have magic items, some are unique to, of course, the place. So keep tabs of the map where it is and what could be there. But yeah.
Hmm.
Hey, Fi, could you type out what the ring does so I can put it in?
Yep. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do? Keep
I
going the path, or
guess- Pit stop and just explore what they have.
sure. Let me just write this out for Rabbit. Okie dokie. Now for Guri. Oh, let me prepare the map real quick. Look on Incarnate. Folders. Prominence. Guri. Yeah, on the way to Guri. Friendly, could you offer me a D100?
No.
That's good. It goes by. You arrive at the place with no problem. Now let me prepare the map.
Oh yeah, would I have given them their money back now that I'm thinking about it? Shit, did they ever ask for that?
Here's money back.
I think Friendly might know. I
Well,
feel like
whoever it was, you're already on the road.
Friendly, would you have asked for your money back if you knew you were leaving?
Yeah, if you're going. Oh, do I leave before you? Then, yeah.
Abyss would have left before you guys, yes.
I don't need money, so in the abyss, right? So you can still hold
Kind
it,
of don't.
right? The
You
abyss.
don't need money in in the abyss, but you guys aren't going to the abyss right away. Remember,
Oh, okay.
unless you want to.
Then I'll take it. I'll take it back then.
You take the money back, okay.
Just say,
What
alright.
money is this?
The gold he asked me to hold on to because he was overweight.
Yeah.
I see.
How much is it again?
2,200 gold.
Okay, cool.
That, by the way, that's 44 pounds of money.
The map is
Okay.
uploading, guys. Just a sec. It's my usual. Just a sec, guys, before the session starts. Except I'm doing this mid session. Fucking takes a while for that to upload and rasterize. Ah. I guess I'll go get a drink in the meantime. Be right back.
Good job.
Do you think Bandor would ask for his money too?
Back.
I
Sorry.
think so. Like if we're still, we might use it to buy something. Who knows?
Because I have 1,000 of his gold in my bag of holding.
We could, yeah, maybe. I'm sure we have like a place in the war lab. We could just, you could just write like a mark on it that he gave it back if he accepts.
Mm-hmm.
And just
I was
sort it
just
out
safe to
later.
assume he probably wanted his money back.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be that guy.
But
Like we'll be separating. So, oh hey, yo, I need my money. Sounds all good.
let's open board.
I gotta reply to don'ts. The Simpson game user skate shit. Singed in game. No, he doesn't do anything. He's a solo player.
Who is?
Singed. Like you play him as a
What-
solo guy usually.
Singe does his own thing. You usually ignore him if you have a Singe top. He's either gonna proxy, feed, or he's going to just be the most annoying person ever, but he eventually groups up with his team.
Yeah, does he use risky shit that could blow back on allies? He does risky shit that could like and then wreck the
Well, I
game
mean,
for the team.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you want to, Singe could flip a tank into the fucking
Oh
to
yeah,
the front line.
he flips like people
He
on
flips a
your
Nautilus,
own
and then
team.
Nautilus ults the back line.
Yeah, he flips like I don't know if the 80 carries behind you. I always get complaints about that, and I flip someone, and the 80 carries like running behind me, and like, what? Why'd you throw him on me?
What the fuck?
It's like, bro, what do you expect, man? That's the only kind of risky shit is probably just the flipping of them, because that's the only thing he can do to enemies that will like cause them to move. Yeah. Otherwise, he just runs through everybody, just giving poison to
Yep.
everybody.
And then he like throws goo on the bottom, people to slow their feet.
Yeah, it slows. The slow does nothing to the allies though, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think I meant. I mean, the big bomb we're making is like, risky, right?
That's lore wise. I mean, it could
Yeah,
fuck up early on, and then it
in-game-
just could only fuck you up.
Yeah, lore wise, like, that's where my
I'll tell you this
idea
much:
for
he
making
didn't bomb
go.
He didn't bomb the town he was in. He bombed a different nation that someone paid him to do.
Yeah, he made the bomb, right? And then they
He made the bomb, and then bombed the people that people paid him to bomb.
Yeah, he
So
got
like
paid for it.
Noxus paid Singe to make a chemical weapon to use in the Ionian War, and proceeded to fucking bomb the shit and like bomb them and created the. He became a fucking war criminal and got kicked out of Zon for that, or got kicked out of. Not he got booted to Zon for that.
Yeah, something that would disable our enemy, our team, maybe would be like if I make something and there's like bad side effects. Maybe that's something else. That could be an idea. In the lore, he makes like it says he makes like a thing that keeps him awake, like to work
His
non-stop.
special concoction.
Yeah, it keeps him awake. Kept him awake for like ages, and then he could work for ages. Which started making him like crazy because he just stayed awake the whole time.
Yep.
And then something else that will disable the whole team is if his experiments go wrong. Yeah. Like a Warwick and the Mundo and a Were Mammoth. Like, he's not too crazy yet, but I'm trying to make him go towards that. Because I need to do more experiments to make him go crazy. Just more time to go by is all. That's what I need. Because I made it in his backstory. He went to school and then he got kicked out from the school because he was like doing he kept blowing up like the labs and doing things that he shouldn't, that teachers weren't like telling him not to do, which was like illegal experiments and shit. And like I wanted to include like him like experimenting on people. And then finding out that one of the there's something in this lore, something about like pain is like oh, is he back? Oh no. Something in the lore that pain is like oh, you have to read the lore thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's easy. Just Google it. Singe backstory.
I know it. Trust me.
Rhubarb. Yeah, that shit. It's like getting punched and. Damn. Rhubarb, like the vegetable, right?
What was that?
Oh, rhubarb. Nonsense is messaging me.
Oh.
Rhubarb, the vegetable. Oh, it's like a clear gas. Oh, it's a clear. Oh shit, that's a cool one. So it's a clear gas that fucks you up. I mean, yeah. Whenever I think of poison, I just think of green. Green poison gas. What stuff have I started? I also need to develop like adult like gears to contain all the shit.
Yo.
Oh, he's back.
Yo.
Is Basic back?
Yes.
Oh, good timing. I just heated myself some potato and gravy.
Potato and gravy. I forgot to I forgot to get some mac and cheese. God damn it.
God damn it. Well, it's too late. No, not really, but... no, wait. Right. You guys have decided to make a pit stop over at Guri just to see what the hell is up there. And it is an up there. You guys actually have to travel... Now that you're thinking about it, is going up Guri is actually like going up like a large hill, and then going up more large hills, and then you realize, oh, this is close to like the base of the mountain. But you guys decide to go there anyway. And thankfully, there's no dangers on this mountainous path as you guys end up at Guri. Another small city, just like closer to a town than a city in prominence. However, it's got, you would notice there are specifically of at least the Guri Learning Institute here.
Oh, okay.
This is where the southern part of like the universities are, like just the campuses are being held at. So what is mostly here are usually the students of such a place, as well as the more the indigenous folk of prominence mostly reside here, which is mostly the elves, the high elves and the wood elves of prominence, either reside here or in Salathis.
Okay.
So yeah, what you mostly see are just the young folk or the elves, and the inn known as the Mountain Nest is apparently vacant and free for you guys to stay in for the night, should you wish to stay. Otherwise, yeah, those of you that wish to look around, make either a perception or investigation check, just to see what's up in the town.
Damn, I rolled a 2.
Just so I don't write it down in my notes, sorry. Wow, good.
Alrighty, investigation or perception from you, Das, if you're also exploring.
Yeah, sure, why not? Perception, definitely though. No, wow, I am actually rolling low tonight. Nice. Thank you.
Going around,
At the
doesn't
speed
really.
of the curve.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any sort of standout places. Aurora, you're the only one that spots this. There's no signage to it, but one of the cottages seems to have like an extra side room, and in that side room seems to be like a lot of display cases and a lot of it looks like a museum, but it's definitely not some sort of museum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some
What
sort
do
of
you what do you,
museum?
what do you do, Aurora?
That looks like fun. I can just go over to the other two and just like, do you guys want to go there? And just point to it.
Is it
As she points to it. Now you guys see this. Yeah. Strange
is
place.
it a free? Is it a free tour, or we gotta pay a fee just to get in? Touristy, of course. I've been to places where you got to pay for it. I look at Finn. You down to learn about some stuff in the museum?
Hmm. We just came to explore this, see if it had anything of use. I'll stay here with the cargo.
Look, it's right. I guess I'll accompany you, Aurora. Let's see what this museum holds. I wonder if it's well, is there a name of of this, by the way? Is there a name of it or
I'm
no?
it's just a house with a side room that has these things on display.
Oh, it looks nice.
Yeah. Either it's
Alright.
just a wealthy collector or yeah, something else. As you guys approach the house, it's closed.
Sign on the door, say open or close.
Nothing.
What does the display show actually? I'm looking closer at it.
As you go closer to it,
Mhm.
it displays hard to tell from the outside. It's a bit more tinted. You can barely see through it. It's amazing. Aurora even saw it from a distance.
Mhm.
But it's from here you can see display cases of things in them. You just see display cases.
Hmm.
It's hard to see something from through a glass, through another glass.
Yeah. Well, who's opening the door?
Okay, I'm gonna grab out a coin and go, okay, heads or tails.
Right. Fine. I guess I'll go first. I just enter. Check if it is actually a store or not.
You enter,
Hopefully-
you try the door, and it's locked.
What time of day is it? It's still bright in the day, right?
No, it's close to evening.
Oh, shit.
As you try it, it then unlocks, and there's just this older elvish man that opens it. Seems to answer the door. Definitely in his older years. Actually wrinkles for an elf. So this
Oh,
guy's probably
God.
lived like a few centuries, and he says, "To whom do I have the pleasure?"
I'm sorry for bothering at this time of evening. We saw the displays that you have out front. Well, we were curious what they were. Honestly, sorry to bother. By the way.
Got a good eye if you can see through that glass, I guess. I only collect things now. It used to be a shop, not anymore.
What happened?
But I'm retired. I kind of want to just look at my memories as they were. But I guess if you got something for trade, wouldn't mind parting with a few of them.
Well, I'm down to check out what you might have. I'll see what I have too, just in case. But might be of note to come back in the future.
Hmm. Maybe not. I'm not a shop.
Hmm. Well, pure curiosity, per se. I'm mostly one to collect knowledge as a collector myself. Uh, it was barely see-through. What do you collect, actually?
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh, okay. Persuasion. Sure. 16.
He goes, "Hmm,
I mean, I'm not one to pry. If it's a little bit too private, then we don't want
it
to
is
bother.
private, but guess you can come and look."
Of course.
And he invites you in, and he just walks away, and he just sits at what seems to be just like a wooden chair that's just directly facing the door. And
That's
grabs like
kind of.
a recently opened book, and he just begins pouring through it again.
Hmm.
And
That's
it's just towards the right side room
Ooh, okay.
of one of the rooms on the house. Excuse me. And as you go there, it seems to be just there's no names on them. There's no like proper writings anywhere. It's just display cases of items, and there's like resting on a pillar. There seems to be a dagger. The
Ooh.
On one of the larger display cases, there's a like this shining and a very intricate longsword.
Hey.
And there's a couple of necklaces here and there. There's a ring, all sorts.
Hmm.
Some of them, you're not sure if they're magical or not,
It's all right.
but definitely all of them seem to be ornate, at least in like very fancy in design.
Yeah. Some engravings on these.
Yeah.
Das looking through this. He has kind of pulled into it just a little bit. Been curious about some artifacts that he might have learned in his stories. How long have you been collecting, sir? If you don't mind me asking.
It's been ages. I'm very old.
Have you been collecting from all over Prominence, or have you been collecting from outside the lands?
All over the places.
Hmm.
Bunch of those, even bunch of those treasures from the frozen wastes.
I've heard some terrible things up there.
It's nothing but bad, that's for sure.
Are these obtained via well, I wouldn't say easy means, but are these of trade per se?
Of equivalent value for nowadays stuff, sure.
Hmm.
They don't. Couple of them mean some sentiments to me, but it's been so long I forgot what even for. But I'm pretty sure they were important at one point.
Hmm.
But I'm getting old now, and I know at least what they do, so I know the value of them. So I can trade for gold. Just name a piece that you're curious of, and I'll explain what it is, and see if we can come to an agreement. Otherwise, yeah, it's free to look at them, and yeah, they're shiny. Sure.
Would you mind if I sort of sketch some of these artifacts you've had, just in case if some friend of a friend might be curious?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll start sketching some through. Maybe
Yeah.
even if he's willing, of course, not one to push uh, some that might be designed as magical, I guess you could say. He's that's not willing to cast spells willy nilly.
I mean, they're all unique, and
Mhm.
they all look great, but I'm afraid you can't really tell if they're sort of magical in nature
Yeah,
or just like have some designs carved into it until you cast magic. So
of course, yeah, you're
you
right.
can only assume.
Through all of these, just for curiosity as well, and might be some potential of trade in the future. Are some of these Do some of these contain magical properties, by any chance? If
Oh.
it's private information, then I wouldn't.
He says, all of them are magical.
I wanna say insight check just because.
Make an insight check.
20.
20? Hard to read.
Okay.
20s are hard to read.
How many items are on display actually? Looking at this.
There's like 2 necklaces, 3 rings. There's a cup. 2 of those rings are together in a display case, and there's a dagger, a longsword, what looks to be a cowl of some sorts,
Okay.
and in the biggest display case of them all, just like a suit of armor. This looks to be like plate mail, but it's this is very much like elven plate mail.
Okay. Yeah. Just for estimation, especially with the current economy, you could say. Damn it! I was actually thinking the same thing. By the way, I was like 2 rings and display case. That's a really good engagement ring right there. Considering the current prices of today's markets, in total, all of these, how much do they price in?
He laughs. You can't afford all of them at once.
Well, if you were to estimate.
Make a persuasion check.
19.
And he says, well over 100,000 gold.
Understood. Whilst Aurora is watching a few, I'll give the both of you, if you want to do anything else. Dastard's just gonna go ask one by one, just brief lore on each of them, and under the sketches of every single item that he's drawn or sketch at least, just a bit of lore on it, like a Soulsborne game description.
Then he says, how much gold do you have, or what are you willing to trade first?
Well, I'm not exactly looking for anything to buy. Some of these are fantastic looking. Perhaps.
Then you don't need to know what they are.
How about the 2 rings in one display case? Curious about that one.
What do you have for trade? Do you
Gold
see
is
how
the
it
most
works now?
Gold is the most obvious one that I can think of, but and he's gonna check through. Honestly, I myself not much of a good trader, but I am willing to trade. Might not be your forte, but knowledge is honestly the best thing I can trade these days.
I got plenty of that going for me. I'm fine. $300. I'm willing to spare. I'm willing to spare 700 gold. Do you show him the gold?
I show him that I have gold. Shit ton of gold.
They've been in there for like 10 minutes now. You show him the gold and he goes, that's all you needed to do. The rings, huh? They're communication rings.
It's a ring of mimic, yeah. Communication rings.
They're not limited to magical, the usual magical limitations. You can talk to the person that is the pair requires attunement from the both of you, but if
Mhm.
the both of you are attuned, you can talk to one another regardless of distance, with no limitations.
Now that actually sounds fantastic. Wow. Hmm. How? Ooh, Friardi never mentioned. I mean, I never asked technically. Um, I've had a similar thing to this, right? Especially back in the mountains.
What do you mean?
I've worn a ring of communication also back in the mountains, right? Are these would
No.
these be similar to it?
No. This is the first you've heard of such a ring, actually. Usually,
Uh,
sending stones are the
were we
go-to,
using
and
were we using
they're
sending
25
stones, or
words each.
were we using ring of communication back in the mountains, or am I wrong? Sorry, the mountain range back at Gutmosh.
No. They're using something else, but they were those are sending towards uh
Hmm.
yeah, those are sending towards Bob.
Okay.
How much for the rings? And he says 500 gold.
I'll look at Aurora. I mean, it's not bad at all.
500, you say? Here, take my money.
Well, there you go.
You buy the rings?
Yes.
Okay. He opens up he stands up, and as you give him the gold, he opens up the display case, gets the 2 rings. He just gives them both to you, Aurora. And he says, pleasure doing business with you. He goes back onto his wooden chair, begins reading his book.
Do you mind if we get your name just in case if we ever come back to this place and wanted to purchase for more?
You don't need my name. You know where I am. That's all that matters.
I'll make sure to send some good words. Thank you so much. Sorry to bother. We'll take our leave now. I look at Aurora. Ready to go?
That's all then. Alright.
Yes, let's go.
Okay.
Or is it
You 2 exit?
we exit? Yeah.
As you exit, you hear a lock again.
Mage hand locked door.
No man. Vroom. Vroom. How far were we planning to stay here, by the way? Actually, no. Das
Yeah.
is just
As
passed
you guys
directly.
exit the place, there's actually a bit of like a gathering. The young people and the young races and the elves of this place are all like looking at you guys curiously.
Mm-hmm. And look around. Can we help you?
It's like, and they're like, "Oh yeah, do you own the house now?" One of the like younger looking humans, human boy, asks you guys.
No, honestly. The
Oh
house
shit!
was no.
Oh shit! What
Why?
did you find in there?
Knickknacks? Honestly?
What do you mean? Knickknacks? Is there shit in there?
Some.
I was like, oh, he asks like his group of friends to like go check as he says, all right, so it's like and one of the guys just like tries to open the door.
What
He
we
says
did found
it's
though.
locked.
What we did found though, however, was a guardian there.
One of the elves at this point steps up, just like a more official looking one, and he says, "Excuse me, if you do not own the place, then you should perhaps not intrude upon private property. I believe The owner of the establishment has been gone for some time now.
Hmm.
The
That's quite
kids at this point run away.
Quite
Finn's just
interesting.
leaning on his hand on his chin, the rest of his arm on his knee, just waiting for everything to happen.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, whatever or whoever the Guardian was inside, or let just in. It's locked
Guardian?
now.
What do you mean, Guardian?
Don't know. Sort of displayed themselves as a wise person. Wishes not to be intruded. Seems like.
The owner of this establishment hasn't come back in 20 years.
Hmm.
There shouldn't be anyone in there.
Well, whoever we saw in there wishes not to be intruded. So if it is locked, then let it be locked.
But you just exited the
Exactly.
place.
We were let in for some reason. Sorry, newcomers to Guri. Just passing by for a bit.
Clearly, yes.
And well, saw this place interesting and thought we.
The commotion is like gathering now at this point, and they're all inspecting the house. And as you guys look at the people that are also inspecting the house, you look through the place where that display area was. Nothing in there.
Love it. Love it. You go. Well, I've said what I said. Wishes not to be intruded, so let's not intrude, shall we? Sorry again if we caused the bother.
All right.
Well, take our
Yeah.
leave now. Come on.
Okay.
I kind of beckon Aurora to come along to go back to Finn. I look at
Yep.
I turn to Aurora. How long were we planning to stay here, by the way? Not that I'm concerned or anything. Just curious. We're not spending the night, are we?
I don't think we are. We'll have to ask Finn.
What's the current date looking like?
Evening, right?
It's early evening. Yes.
Early.
Finn, you're a local of prominence, right?
Yes.
Make a history check.
26.
26.
Wow.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense that sort of phenomenon happens around this town specifically. Although they have no reason as to why. They have no reason as to why. But this is the town with the most sightings of abnormal activity in the world. This is known as back in your day it was known as the town of ghosts. But
Huh.
it's weird because there are actual physical living people that reside in this town and choose to reside in this town. These are the opportunists that are like, well, I mean, the market prices here are quite low. Might as well just settle here. And I can't help but feel all around you in the woods, there's something watching you. You felt safer. You felt safer on the ship heading to war than here. That's for sure.
We are going to go back on the road. The history of this place says we should probably keep moving before night comes.
Back on the road it is then. We didn't forget to bring our sleeping bags, right? And we keep going.
You guys are actually just stopped by a couple of the prominent guards over here, and they say, "Halt."
Okay.
You're leaving now?
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, we were just visiting and looking for some places. So why?
Oh, nothing in particular. If you're not confident and you don't know about it often, it gets extremely dangerous in the mountain trail towards Guri around this time. Just as a
Right.
warning. No.
I look at
We recommend. The other guy start speaking. He says, "We recommend staying the night. Mountain Nest Inn is it's got lots of vacancies and it's pretty big. Yeah, good food in there. But if you guys really need a hurry or have somewhere you really need to be, or if you think you're strong enough, your funeral. The other guard says, you can't just say that to people that are.
We understand. Thank you for the warning. Would you let us discuss this in privately?
Yeah, that's all we were just
I
meant
feel
to
like
warn
he was
you.
just giving us a warning, not asking us if he wants to escort
Yeah.
us.
Well,
Yeah, they've already left.
well,
Tends
there
to
you
be
go.
mandatory when it comes to places like this.
True. Understandable. So we're moving on, yeah? Or yeah, we're moving on.
Do you move on?
I look at Finn.
Hmm.
I'm just the writer. But seems like you know the history of this place more than I do. Which respects.
Well,
So
do you want to stay in the ghost town, or do you wish to travel along the road of possible danger?
being completely honest, as someone who comes from a place where batshit crazy things happen, I wouldn't mind talking to ghosts. As long as they're harmless, right?
Well, that's the thing of this place. You never
You
know.
don't know? Yeah. Well,
Considering you encountered one of them, I'm not that surprised.
and honestly, what we got from it was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, we got that ring. We bought a ring, by the way.
Ah,
Says it's a ring of communication, infinite distance, attunement, of course, out of two people. So a nice little engagement ring, just in case. I mean, if we're that fussy, the inn is right there, next to the exit. So, just one night, leave out. One night, leave out, or just at least sleep in the town in the cart, if that's even allowed in the city or town. Sorry.
so real quick question: we're only escorting to Warforged, right?
They're inactive warforged as well as steel materials and compartments. Yeah.
Is everything here heavy as fuck?
Yeah.
It requires 4 war horses to drag this motherfucker around, bro. Absolutely.
They were tired going up the mountain, by the way.
Oh, poor boys. Fuck.
All right. I think it's safe to assume that nobody's gonna steal the cargo unless they're of immense strength. But heeding the words, knowing the dangers of this land, I say it's best to let us just rest for the night here. Then we wake up
Okay.
early in the morning.
Look, should we pay for the inn, or should we just sleep inside the cart within the
It
vicinity?
is up to you. I myself am just going to be walking around town a bit, exploring it.
Hmm.
You probably won't see me for quite a while, if you know what I mean.
Well, we have some rations, I'm assuming. Sure, I'll turn back around and see the inn. If it's nice enough, we can sleep in it. If it's not, then we can park somewhere close by and sleep in the car. Are we in agreement?
I am completely fine with whatever you want to choose.
All right, Aurora?
As they're talking about this, she's already walking into the inn.
Okay. Turn the horse around slowly and start find a parking spot at the end. Sure.
Look around. Wait, where did she go? Oh,
You know
Yep,
what? I'm not really surprised, but I'll go ahead and set up the room for us, especially the foods, in case. I might not see you for a while, but just in case, when might you be coming back? In case I prepare some stuff.
late at night. This is just an assumption.
Understood. We rest in the inn, I guess. Start playing some runes.
not a problem. It's just two silver for the night for each of you. which is
Okay.
pretty pricey, but as expected, because this place doesn't really see much visitors.
Mm.
The the tavern, the innkeep that's there at the moment. It's just this burly looking man. Mutton chops that go like towards that connect to his beard, and the beard itself just like this little scruff. Very very yellow hair all throughout, even on his eyebrows, and it's just very striking of a man. But he has like he's got a pretty sweet smile, and he's just very like a very jolly looking person, just like a Santa of a man. If Santa was a bodybuilder.
Saint Nicholas, you know, like.
Yeah, saint. Indeed. And he says, "Oh, get your rooms fixed right up, and I'll also get you your dinners. What do you guys want? We've got mountain bacon from the mountain boars, a bunch of put some potatoes and gravy. Or feed you up some nice fish and chips."
You've got anything with a little bit of soup in it for nice and warmth at night?
I can stew you some nice tuna soup.
I'll
Sounds
take
nice.
I'll take the food later, but I will have the potatoes and gravy with a side of fish. Lightly battered,
Alrighty.
please.
Alrighty, bit of mix for you. Nice. And for the lady.
I'm just gonna look at him and goes, meat, please.
Meat.
Probably fish
Now,
and chips for her.
woman after my own heart. Meat. Yeah. He goes to the kitchen. You hear like some ting bang tang.
We
Oh, no.
heard-
That was
Clanking.
close. Good thing I caught that. And you're like, well, he clanked on his head or something.
Oh,
As
God.
he seems to be the one to also make the food, and as he exits, he seems to also be the one to wait your food. And as he goes
Wow.
back and thanks you guys for, he seems to also be the one to do the ledgers, and he seems to do everything here.
I'll go to the table that these two are at, and I'll drop 5 gold for both of them. You two use this for your expenses while I am out exploring. Treats on my part as I walk
we got
away.
We just got paid 1,000 gold. Fine. Right. Save this in a in one of my empty pockets on my vest specifically for allowance gold.
Allowance gold, indeed. As you exit through to the nightlife of Guri, it's wilder than you'd expect for such a ghost town. To your immediate left, there's already like just this house that has apparently just opened up before there wasn't any signs. Now there is, and it's just opened up its windows. There's just like these little attachments to like place for some placeholders for like what looks to be like bottles of spirits and alcohol that's just being sold to. Is that a miner being sold to? You hope not, but there's a bunch of like these elves that are being sold to, and the young kids that seem to a lot of the it looks like a lot of the dormitory kids that are at the learning institute just hang out here, it seems. Apart from that rowdy and very loud place, everywhere else is quiet. Everywhere else is, it's definitely chilly here. The mountain air provides a sort of cold you're not used to, and it's eerie, that's for sure. You still don't feel safe, but it seems to be ignored by the rest of these folk that live here.
So wait, question. Before all of this, whatever happened to Mira? I thought she said she'd follow me. Is she actually with us still?
At this point,
Or did she head back?
she'd follow you depending on which campaign you'd go to. But at this point, since there was like since it was just a month of not doing much, she did eventually head back. She's seen enough, and she knows where you are, and she was only curious as to what the goings on were with the war lab. Although she's lived centuries, she's never heard of this place, at least, so she was curious. So at least she knows.
Okay, I just wanted to double check all that real quick. Because it kind of just got glossed over, but yeah. I'll just keep exploring at night. Just all the different buildings and such.
Okay. Make a perception check and an
Maybe-
investigation check. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Really nothing much, just sort of exploring the town. You know, more in depth around when it would be my rightful time to be out and about.
Alright.
And I guess maybe the Institute or something, I don't know, would be there.
Yeah, you go here, south, towards where the Institute's entrance would be located. It goes further into the forest. However, there is like a cleared path towards the Institute. However, in front of this pathway, that would be four of your usual prominence guards. And it seems at this time of day the Institute is closed. Yeah. For the most part, it's normal, but 4 guards is a bit excessive for a gate.
Interesting.
Anywhere else you want to go?
Anywhere else that would just bode a point of interest, I guess, so long as it travels back to the inn.
With the perception check and investigation check.
Honestly, should be better. Fuck you, low rolls.
Yeah, sadly, thanks to the rolls, it's a little just maybe like a 30-minute lap of walking in this town, and you're pretty much done. You're back at the Mountain Nest Inn. With those 30 minutes that did pass, this house still as rowdy as ever.
So it's a late night bar, basically.
It's a late night bar. Definitely didn't look like a bar when you first came in here, but as the house opened up, yeah, looks like the proprietor of an establishment realized there's not many good places here to actually get a drink, and the Mountain Nest Inn didn't exactly offer any sort of drinks of such kind. So looks like this one, whoever is the owner, took advantage of it.
I'll go to it, sure.
You go towards it. You see the same sort of kids that actually checked out the house and just ran away when the elves were telling you about hey, you shouldn't be here. Are also there, and they're done for the night. Looks like they're currently complaining about losing quite a bit of money to the gambling that they were doing, and there's just one of the boys that says, "This is not a problem. I can quit it anytime I want." It's like, can't even quit drinking. Just shut the fuck. And they drag him along, and he goes, "I'm totally fine. You guys are just." Passes out. As you finally see who seems to be the one serving the drinks is just this perpetually grumpy, like looking faced dwarf.
Of course it is.
That seems to be eyeing all the people, suspiciously eyeing them out. And when one approaches, he goes, he just eyes suspiciously and goes, "All right, all you hear is like, all right, show me the money." Gets given like 3 silver, and then he brings out like a bottle for that that boy. You're not sure if kid, but this boy that grabs a drink and starts swinging from it. You're going, oh boy. It's and there are a couple of guards here too that are just drinking their way through the night, and you get the sense it's not the most lawful of towns if this is just going on here. And as you approach, the dwarf does see you and he says, "What can I get for you to drink?"
What is the strongest you have?
Oh boy. Outsider. Okay, looking for strong shit. First,
Surely the dwarves have better ale than the elves.
oh, far better. But, admittedly, it looks like they can handle themselves just fine. He says that as one elf just passes out, like behind on the table, and he goes, "Oh, I'll clean that up soon. So, yeah, show me the money.
How much?
5 gold for. I'll cut you down a bit. Instead of the usual 5 gold for a glass. And yes, you're gonna have to have a glass of this. No shots, no nothing. How about 20 gold for a bottle of the Fizzler?
The Fizzler.
Because it'll fizzle right through to your throat and into your stomach, and you'll shit it, and it'll still fizzle.
Sure. I'll take this bet.
20 gold.
Yep.
Gives you a bottle with an X marked on it, like a big red X. It's just a dark green bottle, but with a big red X. Hands it to you. It's got a cork on it.
Don't.
Good luck with the Fizzler. And he just exits. Just goes out of view from the house, and he opens up the door. He says, "All right, gotta bring you back over real quick. Hey, someone else in the shop. Hey, you." And you realize, oh shit, that's the exact same dwarf. They're just on another table that was also cleaning up. He goes, "All right." That other dwarf goes in, then sets himself up on the window sill, and he says, "Oh, looks like you got the Fizzler." So, do you drink the Fizzler?
I'll uncork it, take a whiff.
With, that's fucking sanitizer.
It's just like the fucking moonshine.
And then you start to hear. It starts to fizzle. It's actually carbonated moonshine.
Carbonate.
That's why it's called the Fizzler. Because you'll really shit out fizzle with that one.
I will have a glass of it.
You follow the instruction. Although given the bottle, you have a glass, and as per your noble's pride, do as per instructed. And as you make a con save.
20.
20. You let out the meanest burp you've ever done in your life. And you just see like a bunch of like the students around you look at you.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, they'll just like they cheer. The music starts up again. And like yeah, they're just back to the thing. But yeah, you got a round of applause and some yeah, let's fucking go from them as you go. Ooh, yeah. Even usually in these places you'd think they'd be a bit more judgy of the older clientele, but they didn't seem to mind at all. and they even cheered you on for giving that a go. You are not poisoned for the rest of the day. You'll have some mean shits later on. Real mean shits. But yes, it's 3 more glasses of that. Effectively, you can actually use this to poison someone. They'll have to ingest a lot of it though.
Oh my
Obviously.
god.
But you now have carbonated moonshine, essentially. But it's got a name, the Fizzler. Not to be confused by the Rizzler. But yes. Anything else? Spend your night drinking there and eventually pass out, or do you go back to the Mountain Nest Inn?
I'll eventually go back to the Mountain Nest Inn after talking with the people here a bit.
Okay, you talk to them. They are either antisocial students that only actually have the courage to talk, or they are the extreme end of it and they are extroverted and they yap. But from the yapping, you could at least hear the similar sort of stories that you'd expect. Some kid one day tried to enter one of those houses that seemed abandoned and just disappeared all of a sudden. One kid got his gender changed, like the literal kind, not the not the assumed kind.
No, just a straight up change from.
He just straight up lost his dick is what the is on quote is what the student said. He just he goes he just straight up it fell all out of him, and then it's just ain't no dick anymore. He got slit. It's crazy. And then the parent student in question just says, "I'm right here, you know." It's like not a good day, but I didn't think I'd be this much of a slut. He passes out. And he says, apparently really working him sexually. And as his best friend, I had to help him through that, you know, her.
God.
Oh my god.
Not in the way you're thinking. I got her other partners. I'm not touching that shit, man. That's crazy. That's that. You know when they say any hole's a goal, but that's a friend's hole, and that's no goal for me. You know. Like, I don't kiss my homies goodnight. The group listening to him, I was like, you get all the sorts of the stories. I talked to a couple of the guards that confirm your stories of these things, and they say, you just better watch out, and if don't let your curiosity go to the better of you. If you see like strange, beckoning, ghostly kind of person in the house, it's telling you to like, I don't know, come in. I've got candy. Obviously, you don't take the candy. Look, if you really like candy, we've got a confectionery store. It'll open up by the day. We don't want any more deaths around here. That's I'm the vice captain. I'm gonna get fired if they see me fuck up one more time. He says that as he's drinking. He says he's a vice captain. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. He's got like the garbs of what seems to be like a shock trooper. Yeah, has the shotgun by his side, but otherwise doesn't seem too perturbed by any of the happenings. Just says, avoid them. They do happen, and they don't have any sort of control over it, and that's the most concerning part, it seems. But other than that, anything else you wish to investigate or ask these people?
Guess if you knew about the hauntings, why we called clerics to come and move the souls on.
50 years ago, they did. It was a mass, quite a bit amount of it. Even the bishop of Rahal came through. They disappeared. Like, whoosh, off of non-existence. I mean, we know them, but they're just gone. I mean, some crazy shit must have happened here, right? Like, if the bishop and if the archbishops aren't even daring to try and, like, I don't know, cleanse this place, even, I don't know, man. It's real creepy, but it's good pay to be here. But if someone like, I've seen the Hydra, and if someone like him doesn't want to come and do something about this place, then something's real fucked up about this place, you know?
Just like how they sent no one to help Farshade.
He stops his drink and he, like, sobers up from him and he says, "Are you serious? What? What are you talking about?"
If you wish to know, ask any of the local guardsmen that decide to venture here. But know this, from someone who watched it with their own eyes, it is nothing but a crater now.
I mean, we know that, but surely there's been some. I mean, it's been told as such. Even the newspapers have said, like, aid's been given to the people that have been evacuated. The Hydra's issued out a statement as to actually what caused the crater. I mean, it's not just Farshade City, but poor them, right? Poor, both cities suffered, apparently.
I'll just get up and walk away.
Huh? Alright. You get up and walk away. It's weird. Both cities, what's he on about? But yeah.
You said cute ghost pets. Okay, to be fair, considering that a ghost might be able to just appear out of nowhere, I wouldn't be surprised if some loyal boys are committed to, staying in the material plane. Actually, nothing about it. Where do ghosts go? Like the ethereal plane itself is a little bit wonky. There are some weird creatures there, but not ghosts, right? Besides, what pets do you think can become ghosts? I mean, cats
At
and
this
dogs
point-
are.
It's at this point Finn enters the room as well.
Hey, Finn, sorry. Do you think there's ghost pets in Guri?
I think it's best not to look anywhere for anything and ignore anything that calls to you.
Right. Not really an answer, but yeah, sure. Good advice.
Also-
Good advice.
When it comes to ghosts, it's either the spirit is restless, it still has unfinished business, or it just doesn't know what to do with its remaining eternal life after its death. So it just stays
And-
here for a while till it finds that out, and then it would be at peace.
Gas snaps his finger, points at Aurora. I think that's exactly what a ghost dog would do. Honestly, being loyal and all, just doesn't know where to go. Stays at the house even after it's done. Knows where home is. By the way, you've got anything to eat? Looking at Finn.
I am fine. Haven't been hungry, except for now. Excuse me. I'll go ahead and take that meal I ordered now.
Of course.
And while the man himself is asleep, there is a glad wrapped, preserved meal
Ah.
for you left for Finn. Man's gonna sleep too, man. not everyone's a ghost here.
Mm-hmm.
Think.
I got true sight, bitch. Let's see what they got.
He is.
Alright. I will consume the repulsive meal.
You do so. Reluctantly, slowly. You know what? The Fizzler helps with it.
Mm-hmm.
Digested way more quickly.
Like, yeah, it's like, glad you fucking got that.
down.
Yeah.
Just
And even,
crumble.
eventually, the morning comes, and fresh batch of what seems to be urgent news seems to go go across the town, and the town is in a state of just like a consistent talk. Looks like the bar has shut down, but there are still people around it. And it seems to be like a common gathering place. It seems the dwarf and the dwarf, him and him. Oh, and then you realize, oh, it's twins. You think
Him?
you think it's twins. You're not sure. It's like the ghost town has gotten you paranoid now. But they seem to both be reading the newspaper and just grumbling to each other. They sound both exactly the same. And there's like just the kids. You guys overhear it's like talks of, wait, really? He's like, oh shit. It's like betrayed prominence. It's all, and like all this talk of like betraying prominence. It's like Farshade City, the causes of both Farshade City and Allhome being destroyed found out, and all sorts of like these news that circle around. What do you guys do?
Investigate what the hell this talk is about.
Absolutely, yeah.
And
What's the
yeah, it's
news?
easy enough to do so. Mr. Nice Guy, Mr. Nice Guy Bodybuilder actually just gives you guys one of the newspapers to read. And he goes, real, oh, bless you. That's some real, yeah. Mountain Air does that to you.
Does it?
Some-
Wow.
Yeah, it does. It gives it all the time.
Sorry, you said
yes,
sea breeze.
Yeah. Real. Oh, okay. Real crazy shit. Read it for yourself. And it reads newest report directly from our sovereign ruler, the Hydra himself. It has been confirmed that the ones responsible for the destruction of both Allhome and Farshade City have been found out. It has been no coincidence that our general, the one that has sworn to defend us, our sovereign of war, has made himself now a stronghold, a nest of villainy and banditry in the very mountains he took to and slew a corrupted troll king and its men. This corruption has now befallen upon him. There are now renegade prominent soldiers. Be on the lookout for them. Be wary. We are in a state of war in our own lands, and as such, a curfew and martial law shall hereby be declared in a moment's notice. Maybe even effectively upon reading this transcript. Please keep safe out there in the roads, and please look out for the newest installments of the proper uniforms of the true protectors of prominence. And that's all from the transcript directly from the Hydra. It seems it shows of like a description of what is apparently the people responsible for the destruction of both Farshade City and Allhome. Seems to be the Sovereign of War and his agents. Apparently, they were the ones responsible for setting up the destruction of the cities. All because as of the moment that he undertook the mission, Alan, the Sovereign of War, became corrupted, with what is known as the dragon god's corruption apparently is also affecting an archbishop of the god of light over in the Free Cities, and is also affecting one of the southern governors in the Empire. It's a lot to take in. But there's some inconsistencies. Hang on. Finn, you just... It can't be right. I mean, unless he was the one who called upon the Gith. And Das... No, it can't be right. Corrupted as soon as he took upon the mission. He didn't seem corrupted when he saved you from the dragons.
Yeah.
There's a lot of inconsistencies that... There's a lot of inconsistencies, but there's only some inconsistencies that the certain characters know about. Something's not right, but what is more concerning is, didn't you just leave there, Das? Allhome's
Yeah.
destroyed? What? And you ask around, apparently it's been destroyed for the better couple of 10 days now, apparently. And yeah, they're saying it was done on the inside. First apparently the Sovereign of War staged the assassination of the guard captain of Allhome.
Okay.
And then from then on, it collapsed on its own, and until he occupied it briefly and then razed it to the ground.
Das looks at the both of this. Do I see Finn's face of this is not right kind of face? Do you even make that face?
He has the face of confusement and of also this. Like, it's about, like, he sees that there's things wrongs about the text.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
If it's possible.
I mean, for the most part, yeah. Everyone seems to be digesting this and going, oh, well, good thing the Hydra's on our side. It's like, oh, yeah, no, you've got him protecting us still, we're fine. And there's all sorts of that sort of talk.
If it's possible, Das clocks Finn's confusement and he goes, Trust me, something's wrong here. Can we get to a corner or something, or get outside? Let's talk.
We'll talk about it on the road.
I'll prepare the horses. Come on. Keep that newspaper. Das goes out and checks on the horses, feed them a little bit of a few, if possible, and then kind of prep them up.
Oh, they had a great time here. It's
I'll take more than one copy if there is more than one.
Yep,
Oh,
not a
absolutely.
problem. Mr. Burly Man is the one to give them to, and he goes, I hope you guys had a great stay. Hope the food is... I know food is simple, but it's good.
Honestly,
You guys come again.
absolutely. Thank you so much. The sleep was fantastic. The food, simple is best, don't you think?
Yeah,
Fantastic
I
food. Thank you
agree.
so much.
Meat is good. He says,
you
looking at
so much.
Aurora gives her a thumbs up, and he says, "Yeah, if you're keen, I do my fishing by the river over there." He just points to the river over
Ooh.
here.
Oh, please. I'd honestly love some fishing tips in the future. Whenever I come back, I'll let you know.
Fly fishing. I do a good job, and hell yeah, man. Oh, hope that doesn't offend. Are you from the Hells? Ah, it doesn't matter. It's okay. You guys are good.
Thank you so much.
Hey Maya! It's like, we had some customers that said our inn's great. And you hear, didn't think there was like a second person even in the establishment, but you hear, that's great, sweetie! But yeah. Alrighty. Getting your extra copies, saying farewell to the border guards that, well, they would have changed by now, so they bid you farewell as you head down the mountain path that is now safe. That haunting feeling leaves you guys as you leave this place. And now is replaced by another haunting feeling, I guess, of what the
Mhm.
fuck did we just read, and what is happening in this place. News really does not go around that well. But to be fair, you guys got your letters pretty late as well. But I guess it was Finn's fault for not sending one in the first place. In his end.
Oops.
In his end.
As the ride goes on, Das was whistling initially as he rides on, whistling stops. So,
Okay. Where
you're
to now
telling me-
after Aguri?
Salithus, right? Probably the best stop
Yep.
next.
On to the next location.
On to the next,
Okay.
straight to Salithus if possible. Resting
Okay.
on the road.
Question. Didn't some of the refugees say they were going to Allhome?
Oh God, oh no.
Shit.
Most of them did.
No.
Damn.
I probably wouldn't know this out of character, but in character I probably wouldn't notice. When was that, by the way?
They left only 2 to 3 days after arriving at the war lab and just resting for a bit, and they made their way
shit.
towards Allhome.
That is totally enough time for them to get fucked. Oh no. Oh god. Death, sort of. Still looking at the road. So, am I hearing this right? Allhome is destroyed?
It appears so.
I-
According to the news.
I was there, but not like I came from there before I got to the war lab. I was sent away from the mountains to Allhome, and only stayed there for like a day or two, and then left to the war lab. It's gone. Farshade City is gone.
Yes, Farshade City is gone. And it appears there's something going on here that needs to be addressed soon.
It said that the Sovereign of War gone mad or cursed or something. As he entered the mountain, he was cursed. As he left, he was cursed. Is that what we're reading, right?
I'll just go and get like the charcoal pencil and just kind of circle around where he's saying this.
Yeah, apparently corrupted, the apparent Archbishop of Harlevia was in the Free Cities, and apparently corrupted, the Elven governor, Tiridan El Char was.
Titty.
Oh my fucking.
Theory. Sorry, Theory.
Tiridan. I roll my fucking R's because I'm a.
Tyridon.
I'm
Tyridon.
a-
Tyridon. Sorry. American.
Right.
Sorry. American accents. All right. Our bad.
I'm not American, so I roll my R's.
Yeah. Neither am I. My bad.
Fucking titties, man. Shit. Just because that guy had a gender change doesn't
Bad
mean
idea.
you need a...
bad idea. Taking a sip there. Holy shit. Anyways. Oh, good.
as Finn just farts from the fizzler.
It's not even normal part. It's just.
Yeah. Yes, as a certain southern elven governor, was also corrupted, and according to the news, also the newly formed United Southern Federation also had some dealings with some corruption going on, but it was briefly dealt with. Some sort of person spreading a plague of sorts in Avantime quickly dispatched.
Wait, I don't remember.
As
this in
apparent,
Works.
was it sorry?
I don't remember that in Works.
It didn't happen in Works. Happened after. Mr. Someone else dealt with it. It's okay.
Mr. Someone else.
Yeah, off
Fucking
screen.
Peter.
Yeah, Peter did deal with it.
Who's Peter though?
Who's Peter? But yes. He has never visited Avantime. So sad. The literal capital of that, apart from Orjar Cole.
How could we? We were at war with them earlier, and then we
True.
decided to form up for war. We never had a chance.
True, but yes. Yeah. There's all sorts of these corruptions of these like very, very like large militaristic powers or just very important figures in the world, and apparently the Sovereign of War is one of them. I guess it makes sense to an extent, and then it doesn't because you guys are the only ones that know about some of these things.
Finn, double check. It said that the Sovereign of War got corrupted in the mission within the mountain range, right? Can you double check that? I'm driving. Sorry.
I just go and reread it, and
You reread it, and it says, yeah, the Sovereign of War was corrupted, as he took on the operation to clear out the trolls and their king in the mountain.
That is very interesting because considering that is a very vague statement, corrupted when within the mission is kind of odd because when he was present with us, while we were in that mission, he was completely fine. Saved our asses, actually. And he left corrupted as well, unless that corruption is more like a charm per se. I can't think of anything that might mean a corruption. Or is this well, I guess I wouldn't be surprised if the government is trying to cover something up.
well, if he speaks corruption, there is vampiric corruption where one becomes a thrall and works under higher power.
But even then, if the corruption of the Sovereign of War is connected to the destruction of Wilhelm and Farshade, I can't see why, nor I can't see how. I mean,
What do I know of the Sovereign of War? Is he a new one after my time of, being dead?
You had a different Sovereign of War in your time, yes.
What happened
So
to
you
him?
You don't know, that one died of old age, actually. Just got old, it was a human.
Of course it was a human.
this. Just to sort of paint a picture as well out of character. Describe the Sovereign of War when he was in the mountain range. By the way.
When you saw him,
Actually, do you have a token?
Oh,
I
yeah,
do,
no,
but
I mean-
only of his armored self. I can show that, sure. But
That might
he
be
was,
something.
like I said, yeah, he was like an unassuming, like just older human man. Striking features, like peppered sort of like graying, but mixed in there like lots of black still hair. So in his early 50s, sort of like
So,
a
like,
man.
Gerald type look.
Kind of Gerald type look. Imagine Guts from Berserk, but actually having lived through everything, and is now an old man.
damn.
Yeah,
Hmm,
that is
crazy.
the Sovereign of War. Unassuming, but unassuming but striking. So relatively handsome for his age. You just couldn't really like. I did it on purpose and described him vaguely because all you could focus on was just his presence. He
That aura.
you knew he was there, and people knew how strong he was. That is just how immense his pressure was around the people that he was there. As for his armored token, sure, here you go. Here's the Sovereign of War. Sword is accurate, and so is the armor.
Hmm.
God.
He'd have gone into battle with like a helmet off. So yeah, but that would be the closest.
See. And then back to the
Okay.
Farshade City talk too. He's responsible for that?
To be out of character, I actually don't remember. I can't actually either I wasn't here or I can't remember that Farshade City was destroyed. Were they destroyed at the same time? Sorry, out of character or
according to the news, they were not. And at a character, you were not there. However,
I don't know.
the players that were there would know that the city was destroyed. Wasn't really destroyed directly by the Sovereign of War.
It was
Finn
destroyed
would
by the
know. Yes, Gith were chasing mutated abominations of chimeras, and they needed to purge it. It just so happened that they retreated into a city. So, the Gith, thinking that they were doing a favor for the lower life forms that they landed on, purged the city alongside the mutations. That is why it is now. That is why it is now a crater. They nuked it.
So wait.
Was Finn there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You can go ahead, sorry.
So, the people that were in Farshade City, almost everyone got out, right? Because me and Bandor, Disney's character, made sure of that, right?
Correct. You guys, played the played the evacuation perfectly.
And then
What?
after that, after a couple of days, there was a big mob of refugees coming from Farshade to the War Lab to Allhome. And then more days after that,
Oh, gone.
it gets destroyed.
Okay.
Were they targeting Farshade City's residents?
Das thinks and goes, right, so I'm a little bit blind in this Farshade City thing. What exactly happened?
Well, according to what the Gith said, they were here to exterminate a abomination that was released onto us lower life forms. So they cratered Farshade City with the abominations in there,
So,
without any care of us in there. But me and Bandor, one of the people that I was at the party with, saved the people. And those people went to Allhome, because that's where they said a lot of their friends and family were that allowed them to stay.
right,
And now
so
Allhome's gone.
we have a few connecting pieces here, as I hate to say it, but let's say we put some sort of suspicion towards the Gith, right? They wanted to destroy an abomination, right? And they nuked Farshade to do it, and any survivors got sent to Allhome. I guess the best person we should ask is the Gith, see if the abomination can infect or corrupt, right? But even then, going so far as to what was the news say again? Assassinate one of their generals? Was it say?
Yeah, assassinate it was the city guard, right? Or the city captain, right, Clyde?
Guard
Lord
captain.
The guard captain.
That's
Right,
you would know that one as the one Weaver talked about being his mentor.
Okay, sorry.
Wait,
Let's go. Right. So assassinating, I don't think that's part of a Gith's.
wasn't
thing,
Weaver
is it?
fanatical of a Titan too?
Weaver himself is I wouldn't call him a fanatic, a follower, definitely. Of
Yeah, a follower of a Titan, that's for sure.
Oliver Titan, yes. But his methods and who he is, at least from how I've been seeing him and how my adventure has been with him, he's not the sort to suddenly nuke a town and chase civilians around to another city just to destroy that city as well. However, assassination of a very specific guard captain. Let me tell you my side of the story now. When we got to Allhome, we tried to go around and went to some shops. We met a specific individual, interesting one. Suffice to say, she is a very wanted, powerful criminal, right? She is able to. Hard to say. Back in the mountains, her and Weaver sort of got into a scuffle and got very personal because who died in the church, by the way, is the bishop.
The bishop, the bishop, and the guard captain was crucifixed pinned onto the cathedral.
Thank you. Well,
Yes.
there was we stayed the night in Allhome after meeting this individual. Next morning, news got about that the Bishop of Allhome got crucified in the church, and a note was left, which leads very much suspicion towards that specific individual, right? And she is very well known for really, really horrible killings. And that guard captain has a very personal tie to Weaver himself. As we travel towards the Gotmosh mountain range, through the thicket of the night and the travel, she followed us, specifically for Weaver. I'm not blaming Weaver, just to put it out there, but she was able to take down a red dragon that caused us to do a little bit of a dangerous situation because well, that dragon was a brother of another red dragon, and that red dragon came to us with an ancient red dragon, and stuff got a little bit hazy, and that leads to me getting dismissed and went to Alholm while everybody else got their pay. Suffice it to say, whatever's going on in Alholm must lead to her. That's my opinion. That's my side.
Wait, didn't Bandor and Jason talk? Jason talk about her too.
They did.
And didn't I see her at Tempest Bay too? The Tempest Bay port.
You did.
Das actually goes and ruffles and kind of pulls out a very like not a good sketch, but a sketch of her best that he could, and just kind of like toss it to you and like go to this page, check it, see if it matches.
It's good enough, and it definitely matches her description.
Oh
And
wait,
last you knew, Shao was following behind your convoy and going towards Fashade City, and then the Chimeras happened.
when did they do their mission? Like the Gutmosh mission.
It was a
Like,
month ago, and then
Timeline wise.
Time-wise, during your journey towards Fashade City, so just before Chimera.
So wait.
if I'm reading this correctly, right, I may be putting a lot of blame to one person, but this master killer, the master of death, or whatever her nickname was in the most wanted posters, she might be connected to a few things with a lot of collateral coincidence. But for what reason, the Hydra and the entire higher-ups of prominence as a whole blamed the Sovereign of War, or at least tried to cover something through the Sovereign of War. Either the Sovereign of War knew everything and tried to use himself as blame so that nobody else gets blamed, which why would he do that in the first place? Or he did somehow get corrupted by something. And here's another thing. Back at the Gotmosh mountain range, right? These trolls that we were trying to kill, these are not actual normal trolls. Intelligent. Work in packs. Weaponry using. Yeah, we're talking writing, absolutely.
Yep, no worries. Keep talking.
These things use weapons. Hell, tower ballistas use them as crossbows. Throwing spears like they're aiming. They had ambushes in mountain ranges, right? These things are smart. And I asked most of the higher-ups that, hired us, that employed us, and I asked about the history of the mountain range, the myth, as you could say. There's one specific mad elven sorceress, I believe. Let me pull out my notes. What was the name of that fucking sorceress? I had it written somewhere. It was Banshee of the Peaks. Short elven archmage cursed the mountain range. Source of the troll magic, perhaps. That was my theory, at least. I don't know what they found down there. I left early before they could finish the job. But whatever they found might be her secret. If that's even still a thing, it's just a myth at this point.
What's going on in this region?
Whatever it is, it's only affecting the south. I'm hoping that the north hasn't gotten too destroyed yet. I'm fully willing to go back and probably learn some few histories. We're going to Thanatos. the place of my studies. I'm willing to go and check and see if any records or data has been put down about this news. Hopefully soon enough before we got there. But that's my side of the story. I don't know if you guys have heard anything.
So, Clyde, putting Xiao at the Tempest Bay with us, and then Xiao, well, I'm gonna abbreviate Xiao with their group. Was she at two places at once?
No, it makes sense. Because as they did their operations, they were a couple of days into it, and then Shao appeared.
Yeah, that's right.
A couple of days pass after they arrive here would mean you guys would have arrived here. That means Shao had 2 days to travel from Farshade City to the Gutmarsh mountain range.
Which she is
all
absolutely
clicks.
powerful enough and fast enough.
It all
get there.
clicks together.
So then,
Afterwards, she then disappeared
brothers are-
somewhere else.
then the brothers are connected to this. Then
At least to Shao.
I don't know.
but they're
I'm
accomplices to
speculating.
someone who has caused this.
Correct.
I'm
They
pretty
seem to be.
speculative.
They seem to be at good terms with Shao. Whoever that girl was, and according to Das, apparently, some master killer.
And these two are going down into a fucking abyss.
Oh. Oh.
Hey, why do you think I let
Um,
this happen?
Das
Like I said, this was gonna be very interesting.
Das pulls out. He actually pulls out. I believe we got a most. I believe we our crew got a most wanted poster of her, right? Did we not?
Nope.
Oh, we did not. Shit.
There's one that posters don't exist in prominence. They, someone only rolled high enough to know that she's wanted everywhere else in the world. What?
Das. Man, a roller history just for something. Give me a second.
Should I also roll a history in case anything like that has happened to be when I was still like around back in my
No.
time?
Not when you're alive. There was no such thing as this person.
But what
Can
are the
I
same
roll it?
type of killings?
Same type of killings? Nothing as outrageous as that. You make a history check as well, Finn.
Das kind of clicks his tongue and he goes, "Right, I believe the wording was her nickname, the Murder Genius, which
Yeah.
honestly doesn't fare well for any of us at this point."
23,
And
Finn.
especially-
Nothing of that sort. Like the most violent killings that you could think of were, the dwarves that would be captured in the Underdark, where Mundo Rule is, where they'd be tortured by drow. But that's like pretty normal, sort of par for the course of what drow would do. Yeah. Continue.
Look, I'm a little bit blind to this. I'm as surprised as I think everybody back at Guri as well.
I know.
But okay, at least from what I've observed of Xiao and how violent is not the right word for it, and neither is brutal. Like chaotic is the most tame word I could use, and making it accurate. She why? Honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't even question why she would hunt the innocent. But going through all that, an abomination and the Gith getting involved, is that coincidence or is that her? You know, like her capabilities are at this point are just terrifying, and I'm hoping to figure out some more. At this
Well,
point.
first off, it is Gith. You know, you've had a Gith. We've experienced the Gith.
That's
They
right.
look down on us. And
Of course,
considering
yeah.
the fact that
But again,
Mm.
if we're gonna blame the Gith, it wouldn't make sense for them to suddenly go for civilians unless they know for a fact that they're like corrupted or infected for this abomination, if it's even possible for them to be abominated. But to
Look
go
at
for the
the
guard captain and assassinate it from inside, it's like
I think the Gith and what happened in Allhome are different situations, but connected to the same thing. I don't know by what, but they had the same motive, and that is still to be decided. It's hard
These-
to tell, but if the Gith wanted to choose Farshade of all places, something that's not as, say, useful. We're a center town in this region. They could have went to any one of the harbors. They could have went to the floating island and bombed that, and that would have been
That-
more disastrous for us. Yet they're
If-
here to bless us. It has to be connected somehow.
if the Gith are telling the truth and they just want to get the abomination, even though they look down upon us as lesser beings, if their goal was to only get the abomination and they've succeeded, though questionable and very questionable means actually, chasing civilians and assassinating all home from the inside and letting it crumble, not their forte now, is it? Not for my studies anyway. I might have to check some of my notes when I'm not driving, maybe later tonight when we rest. I need to try to connect some dots. I think I got some red wires here somewhere. Fine.
This is too ominous.
Do we need to warn everybody else that wanted to go to the void? I'm keen on readying.
They're already gone. They left before us. Who knows
they
where they
in the
are right
void?
now?
Are they in the void now? I can get ascending to one of them.
If they're going to this void mission and they need the utmost respect between one another to make it out alive, it's best not to stew any possibilities of distrust between them, or else, sure, they could get backstabbed, but if they're not, it's innate paranoia that'll get them killed in there because they need to be at the top of their game.
What are the chances that she's strong enough to follow them into the void if or when there's a connection?
I have no idea what the possibilities of anything are now. You see, I'm no one special. I'm just out. Back in 33 years ago, I was just a noble in training to pick up the name of my family and to go out and help people. I know nothing of what's going on now. How long have I really been here? Like 2-3 months at most?
3 months, yes.
Only been here for about 3 months. Everything else is still kind of a blur that I need to learn about. I'm sort of like Friadre, stuck in the past without knowing exactly what happened.
Correct.
But the people that went there, I don't know too well, and they're going to help somebody that I didn't know too well beforehand, but according to what he was a very important person, a messenger from a god in a vessel that was bestowed upon him by a god. That's where they're going down into the abyss. So whatever things they find down there, it's going to bring either power or trouble to us back up here. And if these people are connected to Zhao, or whatever, he would have said her name right now, right? He said his name. He said her name.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. So to Zhao, there's something going on. So
If Alham and Farshade got hit, right, and us, at least the ones that work for the War Lab, has been and is connected to both cities. It's only a matter of time that the war lab might get hit, either by connection or coincidence, either or. And it seems like the Hydra, or at least some of the higher ups, see this connection and might want to hide it. Because either they don't want anything to spill out, or they know of something important. Very important.
Xiao was in Tempest Bay. Oh god.
What is in Tempest Bay, if you don't mind me asking?
That's where my family is.
Son of...
I hope that they aren't targeted next.
Dassar is thinking inside his head. Please don't make it to Thanatos. It's right there. Please don't make it to Thanatos.
As you guys think that, and as the travels come through, your paranoia built in from the ghost town, now from these strange events that have transpired. What is exactly happening here? And as you do so, Bingus, D100.
Oh. You sure this not railroaded, bro?
D1.
Just saying.
Yeah, it is railroaded. This is what
Okay.
I mean. But there's still some randomness happening, and this one's a bit odd. The sun is brighter here than in most of the other cases. The umbrella bag is barely keeping you sane. Finn, to the
Thank
point
God.
of fuck it, I'm not driving anymore. You just go back into the carriage with the cramped up Warforged. Like
I don't actually have the umbrella. I mean, I do, but I have my sister's clothing, remember?
Oh yeah, the improvement.
Mm-hmm.
It's still punching through.
Jeez.
Sun is blaring down here, and there at the side, there's a broken down carriage. Horses just pinned, reins pinned to the side of the cart, but there is a broken down cart there with a man that seems to just be currently in the middle of just fixing the half of the cart that is just broken. As he's putting on the wheel and trying to set it through, he waves you guys down. And he says, "Hey, little, can I get some assistance?"
I'll-
True.
Play full into my paranoia and investigate the area first before I even think about it.
Make a perception check.
Can I either assist or roll the same
Yeah.
way?
Yeah, you can do the same roll.
Sure. You rolling? Okay. 23. Me as well.
20 and 23. It's either they're hiding it very well, this ambush, or it's completely fine. He's just a man that's broken down.
Are you willing to take this, or?
Do you have mending? You can make it fast if you have that.
I do, actually.
Then help him fast with that cart so we can be on our way.
Understood. I'll put it into neutral. That's good.
Yeah, sure. As the current 4 horsepower carriage is put to neutral.
Sorry. Put into neutral. I kind of hop off.
You're learning how to drive, yeah, sure. Sure.
And I kind of walk over. Hello. Sorry. Heard you need some help. What seems to be wrong?
Thank you so much. No, not much, Tom. I just need an extra body. It doesn't matter how weak you are. Just need an extra body. Just help me lift this. Yeah.
Oh
And,
God.
what he's doing right now is, I mean, he can fix it with mending, definitely, but he didn't expect you to come in. He just seems to need some immediate help with lifting it up and just putting the wheel back into the proper place before he can start fixing it again. But you
Sure,
can solve this another way, definitely.
Sure. I'll try. What's the situation? Sorry, I don't have an image yet. My bad.
You could either help him with what he's doing right now, or you can offer him an alternative, which is what your specialty is, cough bending.
I go. Let me. If I'm allowed to do something, I'll go ahead and just don't be alarmed. I'll cast mending, trying to fix any
As he
broken
sees the
sword that
magic,
you
he
put-
goes, "Oh, you're magic type." He steps away, and as you get to work on it, eventually he doesn't. There's no need for him to lift it, and 5 minutes pass by, and he does some of the lifting, but only to like place it in order for you to mend it. And there you have it. While the wheel is, while the cart itself is still wrecked on like the top side, at least the bottom side is now functional. And he
Mhm.
gets his horses and ties it to as he affixes it to the cart. He says, "Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
You're welcome.
I, actually came back from nothing.
No?
Got nothing on me,
Please,
so
no, please. We don't need anything. We just saw that
I-
you need help. That's it. I'll
I
go
insist.
ahead
You
and-
didn't let me finish. I got nothing on me because I finished selling my wares. So here you go. Here you go. This is much, very very much thankful. Here you go. Just gives you straight up just 50 gold, and he goes, "Look, I know it's a lot, and the reason I'm generous is because if I didn't reach Salathis by nighttime, I would have been fucked out here, man. There's just been some crazy rumors of the drow coming here at night and stealing shit away.
That's
And
right. Well-
I believe it all. Paranoid as fuck.
Well, better be safe than sorry, right? I
God,
hope your
barracks.
travels. I hope your travels are a little bit safer next time. Be careful on the road. You might want to be fast, but slow is smooth, and smooth is fast, right? So, be careful on
Indeed.
the road next time.
Yeah, mind if
Um,
I just tag along behind you guys?
Sure, but if I do recommend keep a little bit of a distance, if it's possible, yeah.
How? Oh, okay, sure.
Just enough, just in case we get jumped and you get jumped beside us, you know, just in case.
So only one of us gets jumped.
Indeed, and one of us gets to escape. Hopefully, it's you. Hopefully, it is.
You know what? Flip a coin when it comes down to it, eh?
You'll be fine. Just in case, do you have any weapons on you? Just for defense?
Yeah, I can take care of myself, but I'm only myself. He's got a
No.
mace on him.
Alright, good to know. We'll move first, wait for 5-10 minutes, and then you can join us, yeah?
I'll follow the tracks. Slipstream.
Careful. Be careful. And I'll go back to Finn and put the stick back to gear and get to moving.
Yeah, as you get to moving, the day goes by uneventful. Apart from helping the poor
I'll also
guy
go
that broke
ahead
down.
I'll go ahead and turn around and split the money, or
Up to you. I'm good.
okay. Aurora, double, split half. I'm offering you 25 gold if you want.
BRB.
BRB.
Well, you're the one who helped him, so you should keep it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Right. I'll just keep it in my top then. Oh yeah, no. I feel like we're all paranoid at this point now.
Sure.
Just look in the
Good.
shit.
That's good. As you pass by, do you stop by just the rest stop here? It is a very safe outpost. Bunch of caravans have stopped here, as well as station prominence guards. On an outpost, you guys actually see like a prominence sniper. So
God.
this is a apparently very well defended place just before
Oh, that's-
Salathis. It
good.
seems. So you guys can enter Salathis through here, or just rest at this stop. What do you guys wish to do? Or do you want to wait for Finn on that one as well? Oh,
Does the actual area look does it look welcome for any traveler passing by that just needs a rest for the night, or
yeah, it's precisely what it is. Actually, it's like a truck stop. It's just a defended
awesome,
truck stop.
awesome. It's a fucking it's a fucking gas station stop. That's great.
Yeah.
What time of day is it actually? Is it actually nearing nighttime?
It's currently nighttime.
Oh, okay. I actually as after helping the old man. What did he look like, by the way? Sorry, was no description. My bad.
Yeah, older gentleman.
I'm back.
Upon closer inspection, he was
Welcome
he was a half orc.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Actually,
So, yeah.
as we move along, and I asked him to follow. Is he still there as we keep following, like around 10, like something 30 feet
Yeah,
back?
yeah, you can see him in
Okay.
the distance, and when you stop by
awesome.
the truck stop here to decide on
Mhm.
where to go next, he stops by and he has his rest here. He
Awesome.
approaches you guys again. He goes, "Mighty thanks once more." You know.
Please, as adventurers, we'd of course look out for any travelers around, right?
That ain't right. It's pretty 50-50 when it comes to adventures. They either steal your shit and say that it's for the good of the world, or
Wow,
they
the
do it,
qualities.
or
Damn,
they
the
do what you're
morale
doing.
is the morale is just down, isn't it? Well, that's just well. In any case,
I don't know. You ask them.
by
Maybe
the way,
it
are
is.
we here or here? Out of character, my bad. Sorry.
Here, you guys
We're
passed
here,
this
right?
one.
Okay. We just passed this one, so
You know what?
That one's a town
You
off
know
the
what?
road.
Here,
we're gonna be here.
token. Where are we?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say
so-
like.
there you go.
Might as well. Right.
So basically, there's this like little like outpost looking thing just before Salathis. So you can either enter Salathis further into the woods, or stop by and rest at this like it's pretty much like a truck stop, but
Yeah.
like a very defended truck stop. There's there's even a sniper's nest here for a prominent
Truck
sniper.
stop funded by the FBI. That's what it is.
Yes. Yeah,
It's
Well,
there's a lot of
Buc-ee's. I
caravans
see
that have already
now.
stopped here. Yeah.
well,
It's
I'm
a
willing to
Buc-ee's.
go. It's a Bucky's. It's a straight up Bucky's. Holy shit, you're right. I look at Finn. Well, I look at the Finn and Aurora. I'm willing to go straight to Salathis, honestly. I wouldn't mind driving a little bit.
It's the same sort of like. I mean, it's meant to be just stops. You get the same sort of effect. Since your end goal is Thanatos, so you only go to
Yeah.
Salathis if you want to explore it and buy stuff.
We
Otherwise,
do,
you just stop
we
here.
do. Yeah, I was gonna say, I do want to check out some components for Free Arde's request as well, just in case Salathis might have a better shot than the markets, even though it's called the markets. So I'm the driver. I just take us where we go. So, Salathis for pay or straight to the markets? Salathis better discounts, by the way, just in case. Say they're not here, or straight for Salathis and sleep there.
Where do you think it's safer here, Clyde? From Finn's knowledge, either these truck stops or an actual town.
Fuck. Honestly, it's been a while since you've been into one of these truck stops, but they were a lot more defended than the olden days. That's for sure. I mean, common sense. I mean, a city would be more or less more well defended. It's just that in the city, stuff can be easily stolen. In a truck stop, there's only so much people you can accuse, and you can probably easily track down. But at the same time, it's not too defended against the more natural disasters. And sniper shots will wake you the fuck up at midnight, that's for sure. Take your pick. Don't need a check for that. There's some goods and bads for both.
Do
Salathis is a rather big city. While they probably wouldn't have given a shot at Guri, there's probably some people that are probably looking to do some thieving in Salathis because it's a big city.
So,
bigger city.
question.
Hmm.
What is the things that can be carried easily in this cart?
There are like steel portfolios that could have been easily carried off and worth like a sizable amount of money, and but that's about it. There are less structure portfolios and more steel portfolios to hold Warforged up and stuff.
Can they fit in the back of holding?
They cannot.
This is so sad.
That's also a good thing for other adventurers that are trying to steal your shit, but bad thing for you.
indecisive. I don't know where. Like, every town so far I have been to, mine is all home, has been under extreme danger. Fucking Tempest Bay had a giant man-eating shark. Farshade got nuked from orbit.
And apparently Guri is just super haunted.
Mm-hmm.
But that's always been like that there. That's
Yeah, it's always been like that. That's just an everyday thing. You're like, oh shit, and someone went missing? Oh well.
Yeah. The gods kind of just give up investigations there. And they just protect it from external threats. They go, oh shit, someone went missing. That's their fault.
I'm not paid enough for that.
Yeah.
Shit. I leave it up to Coin. Fuck, man. I mean, if it can grow back a jaw, I mean, sure, Evolution can say fuck you to us. It's a hard choice.
Remember what the shark said to you guys? I know your blood sense.
He knows the scent of our blood, yes.
Nah, you can fuck him up next time, I believe.
Yeah, just ignore the fact that he is an avid consumer of ore. He
But
is
yeah,
the vor.
So, did you flip a coin already?
I'm gonna roll a dice. Even we go to the town. Odd, we stay here. We stay here.
Okay. You guys by uneventful, and your paranoia keeps you awake, but you soon find your rest, or just light activity as you don't really need it, but you cherish your rests from as much as you can. Thankfully, no shots, not even any sort of activity from the gods around here, as all is well throughout the night. So yeah, man, I wish I rolled serious encounter so you guys got woken up by gunshots, but we're still safe. Bang, 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 bang. Ooh, what was that? It's like, oh, that's okay. Okay. But anyway, going towards the markets. Passing by. You guys choose to pass by here as well. You have no choice but to pass by here as well. But do you guys choose to stop through here as well, or move on?
Wasn't this place like incredibly crime dense?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay.
I feel like if this is the place to stop, it is the dumbest idea ever because somehow they'll find somebody to fucking body lift all these things and just fucking run with it.
Yeah. Let me show you the map anyway. Of it. The markets. Let me upload it. Come on. Yeah. If there was one place in Prominence where this really heavy shit could have been stolen, it's probably this place. See, like a random stone giant just creeping around everywhere, like I am a rogue.
I am a rogue. Boom, boom. Yo, get him a pair of these boots.
I rolled 30 in stealth. Okay, so you only cause minor tremors.
Yo, imagine a fucking ogre with these boots. Oh my god.
I am sneak thief. Doesn't make a sound, but he's like large as fuck. That's actually a great character idea. I'll keep that in mind.
Fucking Belmont's theme is so good for this current state he's in.
Oh yeah, how does it feel knowing that the more the more characters you have for this campaign, the more you would have pieced together some puzzles.
The more characters I had.
The more players. Sorry, it's great, right? It's also great that you only really needed one from each group to piece things together.
And there's only
most
two groups.
Yep, Das and Finn. Unlikely
Oh.
duo, and then you realize, oh, well, we have a lot of connected events. What is this?
A lot of connected events, along with the fact that we met each other day fucking one, and we're still here.
Yeah.
After all of our trials and tribulations.
And
Das
once
stays
more
at all
we
home for one more day, he goes boom.
Yeah. By the way, as a clarification, Allhome did not go boom. It was just apparently destroyed, razed to the ground.
I see.
It wasn't cratered like Farshade City.
Because it wasn't Git that went there to crater it. It was just
Yeah.
raised by an army.
Yeah, imagine, yeah. Oh man, that was cool. Evacuate your city, or be purged.
3 seconds later, alright, they evacuated.
Yeah.
Not even like a fucking piece of like 1 minute. It's like, alright, 3 seconds past, boom.
Yeah, that's how they are. There you go, loaded. There's the markets. Oh,
Oh my god, look at this.
I missed my old maps, man. I know, right? Look
Is
at
there
that
gonna be a
thing.
revamp soon? There's a lot of twists and turns everywhere.
There is. It is kind of like that. It is.
Um,
The markets
whoa.
are just like a mess of just like buildings and mostly stalls. That's why it's called the markets. Like on the outside, it's where the richest of the farmers in their industries have their setups, and so the food is more centrally distributed. So imagine this is like the biggest grocery store on the surface. Obviously, there's a lot more going on here, and it doesn't help that like the person selling fruits also looks like he's gonna slit your throat. This hardened as fuck criminal, for example, while Finn is driving alongside Dessar, just goes, "Apples for sale, apples for sale," and it's just this guy, just the most menacing looking bald man you've ever seen.
I'll stop.
Like,
I'll take a bushel.
hey, thanks, and it's actually relatively cheap.
How much?
Fairly good apples too. For the bushel, actually just a silver.
Okay.
He says, freshly grown, all the way from Greencliff. You'll like it. Juicy. Does not match a salesman's charisma at all. But hey, he's honest actually. Take a bite. What?
God, it's horrendous, but it's juicy.
It's horrendous, but it's juicy, indeed. If only you could taste properly, this actually would have been really good apples. Should the other people eat it? They're actually really good apples. You see, after he has that sale, he just has a smile. He looks smug towards the rest of his like competitors. Apples for sale. He's a bit happier now. He made a guy's day. Even though it's just a front, he made his day.
Hey, look, honest work. I guess I'm good at it.
Yeah, hey, feels good. I'll kill him later. But yeah, apart from that, call yourself a bushel of apples and going past, going towards now. At a stop again. There's a truck stop here. because going towards Spirit Fort is also a very dangerous place.
Of course.
You would know this place. It's pretty infamous. Spirit Fort is it's a fortress town. It is restricted. Only soldiers of prominence are allowed to go here. So the truck stop actually doubles as a checkpoint, as an entryway towards Spirit Fort. So unless you have business with the military of prominence, you're not actually allowed to go to Spirit Fort because they deal with another very haunted part of the region. Except this part consistently produces undead as well as ghosts that are actually harmful to people. So Spirit Fort is known to actually have some sort of device said by the declared by the Hydra, declares by the Hydra like decade-ish. Like it's just like a transcript of the devices of Spirit Fort have been retuned, and for the most part actually is given information as to why to avoid the place. Spirit Fort has devices that actually actively attract undead and spirits. Make a history check, by the way.
And while I'm doing this, Jessica, my sister, she mentioned that my brother. Oops, I accidentally double clicked. My brother was still in this region, right? Or no?
Yeah. Your oldest the oldest brother is yeah, he's a bit old now, but he's actually like a veteran officer of Spirit Fort.
Oh shit, that's gonna be awkward if he sees me.
Yeah, I mean, he's not at the truck stop, or so you hope. 28. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's a bad idea. It went really. Mira's also talked about it. It doesn't really attract her, kind of like strength of undead, so it shouldn't attract you. However, there's an interesting tidbit of information. That sort of technology is very akin to how one of the free cities operates. Apparently, Sundane has the same thing, except undead naturally tend to go there. This is different. This is artificially made. They did not stop at Salathis. They just stayed at the truck stop.
Unfortunate.
They also just they didn't stop by the markets either because obvious reasons. But they did stop and buy some apples from a murderous-looking merchant in the markets, and he made his day. That merchant now has a smile.
I guess shopping priorities. We'll buy them when we come back to the World Lab.
Yeah, indeed. So I roll it.
Sale. Yeah, apples.
Apples for sale. Apples, yeah. Apples.
34. Nothing happened. My God, we didn't roll a single fucking encounter this session.
I'm just glad my brother wasn't here. Oh God, that'd be a story to tell.
I know, right? But anyway, as your paranoia reaches the height of it, as you all enter the gates of Thanatos. Oh yeah.
Oh, more cherry blossoms. Why is there another crater?
Not another crater, no. Coming towards the southern part of the entrance to it's actually this image is a bit inaccurate. It's actually walled, at least around here. Here. So the residential bits, except for the outside here, is walled in. Stone walls encompass the place, but the familiar sense of the ongoing production of the dyes and the incense that happen around here waft through the air as you now are this is where Finn, you would know this place as well, where most of the dyes, as well as just like the artificial like colorings, are being made and ordered from for your textile company. There seems to be quite a lot of that production going on, as there's all sorts of just colorful plants and vegetation that is grown for these dyes to be made. But apart from that production, Thanatos is also known to be the religious central of prominence. This is where a lot of the gods are worshipped, and as such, there is also the Institute of Thanatos here that is responsible for the research pursuit of the religious, as well as just the main sort of research institute in the north. The other one would be Lormaine Harbor, actually. But this one is the one Das you would have had more access to, just more, and by that being you just ended up here first.
I still love the fact that us two are like, we have reason to be here too.
Yeah.
My company buys stuff here. His school is here. What is this shit?
Yeah, and last but not least, to you, Aurora, as you put on the hat and assume a different form, welcome home.
Oh.
We are literally the three perfect people to come back to this. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And as you guys think of, Thanatos, this is a great place.
Can we just have a moment of like saying out loud, home, just all three
Yeah,
of us at the same time?
It's not Finn's home. It's not your home.
It's not good knowledge,
business.
familiarity.
Business home. School. What?
School, yeah.
But you like school?
Yeah. As you guys, have your relief at the safe. It does feel safe for all of you. Until that is, very definitely the man. It seems to apparate with like this black lingering sort of like shining magic that just apparates in front of the horses and it spooks them. This
God.
black hooded figure then approaches the cart briskly, walks up, and Das, are you driving?
I am. I should be. Yes.
Actually, all three of you would be at the front. Yeah. You don't have a choice. The carriage is
Yeah.
full. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much. I just stopped.
Yeah.
This poor carriage.
And he said,
The
and
four horses need some rest.
yeah, this figure stops, and then it seems like it seems taken aback, and it says, "Do you three know each other?"
I look at Finn and Aurora. Why do talking?
Was it sorry?
So, you asked us for what reason, if you don't mind me asking a question.
I am the man. I am.
Yes,
Wait,
the one
Try
Friardi
delivery
talked
from
about.
Friardi, are they? Delivery from Friardi.
Yeah, one at a time.
Yes. This is the delivery from Professor Friardi Arde. The
Thank
war
you for being
machine.
so hasty. I did not expect this within the allotted time, but I appreciate the brisk pace. Forgive me, I am a bit taken aback. I did not expect to see such familiar faces again. And he puts his head back, and you guys see the familiar face of the welcoming, just gentle smile of Father Nicholas Friend.
Yeah, no. Das drops the rope and jumps at attention. Climbs down off the carriage.
And he says, I know not of you, good sir, but thank you for taking care of my student, and thank you for taking care of my daughter. He says, looking towards Aurora. Welcome home, dear. I didn't expect you to actually come back, but I guess circumstance and whatnot. Let's not talk within the town because there's while I am allowed, she is not. There's gonna be a lot to discuss, including that of the goings on of this region. I think you may have already seen some of them, but just so you know, and just so we're clear, he puts the hood up once more. Nothing is to be said. What I am about to say, you are to not say to anyone else. Only Friade knows about this. But the Hydra is not to be trusted. But alas, welcome home, Aurora. Welcome back, Dassar. And welcome to Thanatos, Finn. That is where we'll end the session.
Yeah.
Welcome
We
to the
love it.
unraveling of this mystery.
We love it.
And yeah, good luck. Aurora, the adopted daughter of Father Nicholas Friend, and
I was
you,
about to ask.
the
He's
student
human,
of-
right?
he is human. Yeah,
He's human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. He's in the older years of a human. But balding, sadly. When you last met him,
No.
both of you, he had full
Man.
like hair. He looks like he's balding from either stress or just age, and it's kind of sad to see it
Not
happen over the
balding.
3 year span.
Not the
You know.
male pattern baldness.
He's got his like gentle smile, and he seems, if he's called the man, he's a lot more involved in a lot of things that you guys don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
about.
Wait, real quick.
Yeah.
Das is he's a cleric, right?
Yes, I am. Yes,
This
I am.
guy's also his teacher. Oh shit, that's
Yes,
another
I am.
cleric.
Yeah.
Wait, or so
Well,
you think?
Okay. Well, I mean, we can discuss this in the post of the session.
Yeah,
course.
sure. If only the brothers were with you guys, would have made this session a lot easier to figure out. But alas, Friendly's off somewhere else. Isn't that right, Friendly?
Oh, shit. Oh man. Yeah. Oh, that's
Gonna go
great.
stab people in the back, huh?
What do you mean?
I was-
We're good guys.
This bitch, bro. He's so gonna get possessed sooner or later. Like,
We're good guys.
Yeah, you're part of the Ginyu clan.
Yeah, in Dragon Ball Z, they're good guys.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
thank you
they
for
are.
the membership.
Sure, they're good guys.
We're on the good team.
Imagine being in the same team as Xiao. Oh.
Oh fuck.
I mean, what?
No one's on their
No
side. What? Wait, what?
Yeah.
It's
I,
fantastic.
I like the fact that it's
Ugh.
especially Das and Aura that decided to stay on the Sovereign Trail. I'm like, perfect.
Of course.
The
There-
people that have tying backstories can now finally meet.
I don't think there's any reason for, at least for there's no reason for him to join the Abyss mission.
Yeah,
I don't know
there
about
was
you
one
two.
more person, sadly, that is tied to this backstory that did not join.
Hmm.
And you're not gonna say who.
No, we're not gonna ask. We're not gonna say who.
You can ask. I'm not gonna say who.
Was a Cade.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know it's not him.
No, it's not him. I don't think it's him. Either either his parents are like that much of a traveler to go to Thanos and have some connections, or
I mean,
He's connected
I
to
mean,
Finn.
I think Basic would know.
It's Z's character, isn't it?
nah. Oh, God, I fucking hope not.
Hmm.
No, I
It's the
can't be
lion.
that free. Do I have it in this? Do I have it in
No,
this?
Lion King was in all. The lion was in all home.
No, Weaver was somebody. No,
The
no, no.
good.
That'd be whack if it was the gift.
Didn't a certain Didn't
Hi.
a certain someone already?
Hi.
Okay.
Didn't a certain someone get some information off the Thieves Guild, a branch in Farshade City, about who to approach of a certain disaster that's happening? For Basic to think upon.
Okay.
You've already talked to him about it too, I believe.
Oh, damn.
Sort of head for you, basic.
It's not Henry.
I know, I'm asking. I was watching a stream. What's wrong with head for you?
Yeah, what's wrong with Henry? What's wrong with this region?
Out of character, man. Out of character.
Oh, yeah. I can
All
swap with you
good.
guys, it's fine. Since he's not
All
going to
good
be playing in the
either.
campaign anyway, it's Ezekiel.
Oh.
Yeah,
He,
I figured
he
it's
also
more-
already he also already talked he talked to you guys about it too. He talked to Das.
No, he talked to me, I'm pretty sure. Cause,
I talked to you. Ah,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so Das wouldn't have known, I don't believe.
No.
Yeah.
If it's still head free, then no. Nothing shared.
He
All
has
good,
recently
Rep.
just told it to Weaver as well, I'm pretty sure.
Thank you for the session.
Yes, indeed. All right, guys.
Night, Rabbit.
It was great.
Hope you enjoyed that little mindfuckery of everything's coming together.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, yeah.
And the
That was
Abyss
great.
campaign is gonna be so weird.
Oh yeah, the Abyss campaign's gonna be. You guys are gonna be numb to a lot of this because you guys are too busy leveling.
Mm-hmm.
Leveling and dying.
Yeah, solo leveling, one could say.
Solo leveling, but with 7 people, so it's definitely not
Yeah.
solo.
Yeah.
I,
No worries,
I
guys.
remember. I remember when Aurora's. I can't remember when it was. I think it was when Aurora was just saying that she's gonna send a message to Father Nicholas again. and I was like, I dead ass. I think I muted. I think in that session I muted myself and just yelled.
You're like, oh!
yeah,
You did your usual. Oh!
yeah.
I'm
I mean,
sure
why
one,
would
either you two would have liked the reveal. I'm like, yeah, I like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh? Huh?
Eh? Welcome home, my daughter. Eh?
No,
Eh, eh, eh.
Great. That's a great. That was a great session. Honestly, I think it's great to have these especially the people that would love to speculate or at least have their own theories and then make them, and then the characters kind of fit into that sort of mindset. It's great.
It all comes together, apart from all homes destroyed. What?
Yeah, right.
Who
Like,
ended that?
Uh,
I haven't been
yeah.
there.
By the way, an interesting thing.
The best thing is, I talked about that before I even knew about it. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on.
By the way, an interesting thing.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if anyone would have made this connection, but in the 26th of May, I had written some of the timeline.
Wait.
If you could look at the timeline real quick and see.
Where's the timeline?
May 26th of
again?
May or June of 26th.
26th of May, 2022. Timeline.
God.
I'll just link it to you.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
3:50 a.m.
3:34 a.m.
3:24. Okay. So it is.
Major powers in the world become unknowingly corrupted by the entity that resides in Faust.
Oh,
Archbishop
fuck.
Levia, the Sovereign of War, the assistant to
fuck.
Var Zoljun, the Empire's elven elders would suddenly wreak havoc in their respective regions.
Oh,
In the same year, the Drow finally secure a foothold in the surface world. The world's end comes to light, and the Drow King was declared to hold it.
you know what? I
Huh.
keep forgetting that
All comes-
the Sovereign campaign is a prequel. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah,
shit,
it's a bit of a prequel. You
Yeah,
guys
I
are
keep
you
forgetting
guys
it's a
are
prequel.
witnessing the side story that I announced when the Drow shit was happening.
Wow.
Wait, so this is 3 years in the past then.
Not quite. Wait, is it really?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
that's the one.
3 years in the past to current time.
Rage Barton becomes unknowingly corrupted by entity that resides in False. Our which
So this is when
our
null characters is like in our training arc just after the war.
Yes. You're in your training montages.
Disintegration
Oh,
and incentivized.
This is the
You
same
just-
time as Null.
If Alex ever has to train someone, he's doing that exact same shit. If you can dodge a fireball, you can dodge a disintegration ray. Go.
Damn. 1189 AT. The Silverheart Company reveals their plans.
Mm.
Wait. Oh. Oh shit! I wonder what that's gonna do.
Yeah. When the Drow campaign was happening, when you guys exploded that city, to suppress it and rebuild it, was the Silverheart Company actually. They got famous off of
Aw.
yeah. They got famous off of saving most of the city even after it got exploded.
That's crazy.
But the funny thing was, guess who you guys sold that blast gel thing to?
Probably the Silverhearts.
Yeah. Set themselves up. But before that, they were actually doing some justice in the world. Damn. Wonder what would have I wonder what could have happened.
Right, that's confusing because the
Yeah, 2
potential
years
god
ago-
is gonna tick.
2 years ago,
Hmm.
damn, there's just this potential goddess that's just in their officer party, just helping the world. I wonder what happened in 2 years for this to all of a sudden.
I'm trying to think. What if some people don't like that a god is ruling them, so they're trying to revolt against the god and make their own use of it?
That exists already, I think, right?
I don't know. Timeline shit's fucked. That's why I don't watch Doctor Who.
I mean, this one's pretty. I mean, since I wrote this 2 years ago, this one's pretty straightforward. Just pieces are slowly fitting in together.
Great.
See, what if we
Wow.
what if we actually go off the plan that Headfree has and just kills the god before she even gets power? I wonder how you'd fix that.
I mean, I don't. You can certainly do that.
You can certainly try, is what you wanted
Yeah.
to say.
I mean,
No,
I
you
mean,
can. It's very possible now for your Abyss group to
But
pull off
that's-
some assassination like that. But why her? You
I don't know. But it was just brought up one day. It's like, hey, do you want anything to kill a god? And they gave us the things to kill a god. They have the powers to kill gods. Which is very concerning. They just had that on hand.
Yeah. You wanna have that real quick? Just-
Yeah. Any expectations of when the Abyss group gets their first sesh?
1 month. I'm giving these guys 4 sessions to figure out whether or not they're gonna. I'll tell them the ultimatum in the next session for these. three.
God damn it!
They have a very big decision to make.
Mm-hmm.
How? Okay. Just from all of this, from our talks, how accurate were we from at least the theory conversation?
You can't.
pretty-
You can't tell you that.
Well, no, but like,
yeah,
no,
I
but like,
can pretty.
just from off
I don't
the-
know. Just to clarify, Allhome was not destroyed the same way as Farshade was.
No, All Home was
It was
destroyed from the
raised.
inside, and it crumbled. Like the society we don't
No,
crumble
it
because of one
raised.
assassination attempt.
It crumbled and then it got raised. Yes.
Yeah.
I remember.
Anyway.
I'm pretty sure Das knows that was Zhao because we saw that happen.
No. That's exactly what Des was trying to say. At least I don't know if you said it well, but That was what I was trying to
See,
say. Like if
So something
if Zhao is
something
responsible
is
for all home, like,
something is definitely connected. You were correct to assume that definitely the residents of Farshade City were targeted for some reason. That's as far as you got, and that's as much as I expected you and wanted you to have. And I'm glad you guys got those tidbits of information and discussed it like that. So you guys are close to unraveling the full mystery, and it's up. And discussing things with Father Nicholas Friend will reveal the rest.
That's gonna be fun. And then I guess we'll also meant to be like trying to stop it yourselves, trying to get people involved to try and risk it because that could be a fun thing.
Which is that was honestly like the idea that I had, wanting to cast Ascending on any of you guys in the Abyss, just because if it is going to affect you guys, like honestly, Dash didn't think, and I didn't think that trust was going to be your mainstay.
Imagine
Abyss.
messaging Headfree saying, "Yeah,
No,
don't trust the
no, not
brothers.
Headfree.
They're related to Shao."
No, not Headfree. Headfree already doesn't trust anybody already, so I wouldn't even like. He already has
Yeah.
that by instinct and by habit. I'm not even gonna do that. But like anybody else, I guess, who was on that mission that might be either
Anyone.
too
I'll take
sensitive to somebody
anyone
or-
else.
anyone else, literally anyone else. But I out of character and Das didn't even think of like, oh shit, are they're gonna rely that much on trust to succeed in that mission? But what I was so scared of it, which I said as Das, I believe it was, if Zhao is that responsible for Allhome, and if she was somehow connected to Farshid as well, or whatever force was connecting Farshid and Allhome, and then also the Sovereign of War, if that thing is corporeal, not corporeal, what is it? Like actual flesh, and follows them into the abyss, they're fucked. Like I'm afraid for their sake, you know.
Wait,
That's
hold
why
on,
I
do you
was like
think-
willing to cast Ascending or something.
Do you think
Shao ain't
the
got no time for that
who's
shit,
playing
man.
who's playing the gift
No.
Yankee again?
It was
Shit,
Shano.
no.
Do you think he has something to do with the destruction of Farshade? Like, sure, he says he's not part of them anymore, but he still has the beliefs of the gift.
Actually, yeah. Question on timeline for that, Clyde. When we were in the mountaintop range, where were what time is that compared to the attack, the quote unquote attack on Farshade? Sorry.
I think it was destroyed by the time we teleported back to the War Lab.
Okay, which
Essentially, you guys got teleported and mushroom
Farshade
in the
goes boom.
distance.
Okay, so well, she wouldn't have known. But I wouldn't be surprised if she would have known an operation.
We found her in Farshade. She was there at Farshade. We never actually asked her where she came from.
Oh,
She just needed help.
Lots of
The thing
things
is,
are
if we're gonna put a
Yeah.
blame on the gift, I still believe that they're a piece of shit. Absolutely, like they're willing to do anything to just
Yeah.
get rid of like one thing, like their mortal enemy. But to the point of getting civilians in Allhome, and then Allhome going to shit because of it is, like not the. I don't think that's the grand plan. Their only mission is just get in, hunt things, and get the fuck out. That's it.
My
Well, I
out of character theory was they were more nice to us, realizing what the plan was, because it got intel from said plan, so they could either keep us in the group so to keep us in check, the only people that could possibly do anything about it, or just because they didn't want to be like outcast, like, hey, GIF attacked us, you're GIF, why'd you do this?
Hey, completely unrelated, but Shadow plays a good imposter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Clyde, I'm gonna DM you something, and you don't have to say anything.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm gonna have to change Das's Hero Forge. Great.
Zeking88 is typing. Oh, he's typing. He's typing, boys.
I gotta change
Still-
his Hero Forge.
He's still typing. Oh, he stopped. Ah, it's still going. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat now, guys.
Oh, fuck.
All good.
No reason. Just like I feel like I'm hungry all of a sudden.
Oh,
I-
oh no.
No, I do have KFC like downstairs. I will send a picture if you don't believe me. So.
I understand. I had a HSB today. Oh, it was really good. Like really
Oh,
good.
fuck it. Stop getting me hungry. I don't actually want to leave the call just
Oh.
yet, but I am actually very hungry.
I mean,
Yeah, but-
I'll over
On a
online
serious
and come
side,
back.
if that's my current opinion of what's going to happen, based off my also backstory and what I've seen from today's session. So we're gonna see how the Abyss campaign goes.
Yeah, so I'm really hungry. Anyway,
Oh,
We're
this-
all
good luck.
and then come back.
Good
here.
luck,
I don't know.
guys, for more than one reason. Anyway, GG's.
GG.
Jeez.
I mean, feel free to tell them your theory as well as you can. I'll be interested to see their reactions.
Oh
as
no,
well.
no! I don't think I will.
Yeah, sure thing. Anyway, bye bye.
See it.
All good.
Catch you boys. I'll be
I
out.
gotta make
See
a buckle
Okay.
for him then.
Catch you.
Later.